Shalom out there. All right, good. The water. All right. All right. Shalom, brothers and sisters out there. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect out there. All right. This lesson is entitled Response to Vocab Malone's 22 questions to dismantle the 12 tribes chart. Hashtag fail. All right. So the story goes like this. One of the brothers sent out a video on the chat a while back, probably a few weeks ago. And in the description, it was from Vocab Malone. And in the description, there were several links in this description to article, a couple of articles that Vocab Malone wrote. And the title of the article, I could show it to you real quick. We're going to go into one of them. There's two different ones. We're going to go into one tonight, Lord willing. And we're going to go into another tomorrow or another day, Lord willing. All right. This is from a whatever it's called, a publication called The Shield. And it says thought-provoking questions to dismantle the 12 tribes chart. These 22 questions are for people who believe in the 12 tribes of Israel chart by Ariah of the old One West Hebrew Israelite School in Harlem, New York. And as you can see right here, or maybe you can't see it, it's by this devil Vocab Malone. All right. So we're going to get into that and tear that all apart because it's just complete bullshit. All right. It's complete bullshit, which these people don't understand the Bible. Shalom, Elder Malcolm from Jim in Chicago. He says, so Vocab gets to ask 22 questions, but never answer the 7 questions video from 4 years ago. Right. And we asked them many questions and they never answer. And some of the same questions that they're going to ask us, we've asked them about those people in Israel now, and they never got back to us. But it don't matter. If you don't have the juice, you just don't have it. And they don't have the juice. All right. Juice meaning the spirit. You don't have the spirit, Vocab Malone. And it's just like we told brothers and sisters out there, this dude is completely the devil. These people don't love you. They come with that whole shit. We were trying to help you brothers get saved. You in a cult, this, that, and all. You just want us to go back to being happy Negro slaves, Latino, Native American slaves. You don't want the Israelites waking up, but you can't stop us. So anyway, let's get right into it. This is first I'm gonna start with Philippians 1. And and I'm gonna give out the link. Let me give the link out to the articles right away, because I know, I just sent out a post on the chats with different brothers, and I sent out the these articles that I found. All right. So that's the one that we're going into tonight. Here's the other right away. So brothers can click on them in your phones, and save them or whatever. Save it, open your windows up and save them. That way you can go do your own lessons, Lord willing. Lord willing. And I think okay. Now the second article is going to infuriate the shit out of you, because what he does is uses the testimony of former Israelites that were once in the truth, that fell out. They're all coming against the 12 tribes sign. He basically tried to use the Israelites that don't believe in the sign to try to disprove it, which doesn't disprove anything. It just proves that they're devils and that the Lord is going to crush them as well. They're just unbelievers. So using the testimony of unbelievers is not going to help you. Anyway, let's get back to it. Philippians 1 and verse 15. I just jumped right in here. It says, some indeed preach Hamashiach, even of envy and strife, and some also of goodwill. The one preached Hamashiach of contention, not sincerely, supposing to add affliction to my bonds. And we see that always. All this contention, because you people cannot stand the fact that we're the Israelites. But the other of love, knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel. And that's what it's all about. Defending the gospel, defending the truth against all comers. Right? If a brother could please, Isaiah 54, and is it 16 and 17? Somewhere around there. No weapon that is formed. Somebody could please get that. So we're gonna start, and you know what? I'll actually wait for a brother to put that up. We'll read it, and then we're gonna go right into. We'll read a few scriptures, and then we go into that article and start dealing with those 22 questions, which is complete BS. And when we read this, you'll see that they're asking. See, really, what Christianity, what they always do is they'll take an idea, something that we believe in, and they try to make them see it, make them believe it. Never mind what prophecy says. They ignore that. They want us to make them believe it on a carnal level. We can't make you believe. The gospel is only for who it's for, and it ain't for you. So you're not gonna get it. Just like you can't get who the Gentiles are, can't get who salvation is for. You ain't gonna get something as deep as the 12 tribes sign chart breakdown. You can't get it. It's not given to you. This is Fisher turned Hunter for Isaiah 54:17, and several brothers had it. The water all you brothers for posting it. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. It's our right to condemn all those who come against our heritage. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. See, so this is in our DNA. This is what we do, and we defend the gospel, and we come against all those who come against our heritage. Now, this is John 14 and verse 16. It says, and I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever, even the Spirit of truth, which is the Holy Spirit, whom the world cannot receive. Did you just hear that, Vocab Malone and Christians? And it's important for us brothers also to keep continuously reminding ourselves that everybody cannot get this. And this video is not an attempt to make the Christians get it, to make the unbelieving Israelites get it. No, you can't get it because the Lord blinded you and he didn't want you to get it. But for the sake of these devils, to keep these devils from walking around in their pride thinking that we don't have the answers for it, we do have the answers. We got the answers to it, but you ain't going to get it. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but ye know him, for he dwelleth with you and shall be in you. So I ask, if the world can't receive the Spirit of truth, how can you think that you're going to get anything that we teach? We teach with the Holy Spirit. And this truth is only for the elect of the Israelites. All the other different Israelites that come against the 12 tribe sign, big deal. So what? Doesn't make it any less true. It makes it more true, because that's what the Lord said would happen. You see, this is Azonomoth, John 12 and 40. He have blinded their eyes and hardened their heart, that they should not see with their eyes, nor understand with their heart, and be converted, and I should heal them. That's for you wicked ass 2/3 Israelites. They ain't gonna get it. It doesn't matter. Here you got one now. The 12 tribes chart does not make it doesn't make any sense to a nigga, to a 2/3 demon. You ain't of the elect. You don't got no salt in the game. You ain't one of the Lord's men. How could it make sense to you? Because you so-called black or Latino or native. How could it make sense to you? You ain't supposed to get it. If you had the Holy Spirit, you would have works. Examine them, brothers. See if B. Isaiah got any works. Let's see if he got any works. Because we're gonna give you something. If you had the Holy Spirit, you would be doing the work of the Lord. And I guarantee you ain't doing the work. So you don't have the Holy Spirit. So how do you think you can get it? How you think it's gonna make sense to you? You trying to fit a round peg into a square hole. It's not gonna work. You ain't got it, son. And we don't care about your scoffing remarks. That's why you click on the video, to be contentious. But we're gonna show our followers, the brothers and sisters that who are in the truth, because you ain't even born again. You is like running around with friends. You think you born again. You ain't born again. And the Lord more than likely is going to destroy you in Babylon the Great. I knew it. Tumbleweed. Page is blank. Nothing on his page and nothing in his head. And we don't care if you people get mad. We don't expect you to get it. We don't expect you to get it. You be the same ones arguing for the devil. Deuteronomy 23:7, brother. You ninnies. It doesn't matter. I ain't even going to get mad at you, because it's not. We can't get mad at you, because this is what the Lord put you. He put you there. He put you there. Isaiah or Isaiah, be Isaiah, whatever it says. If we are scattered to the four corners, How did the slave master know to place all of Benjamin of the island of Jamaica? See what I'm saying? He don't get it. He rode the short bus, and we're gonna deal with it because this is the kind of question that people ask. You want us to make it make sense to you when you can't even get it. See? And you trying to see the people that don't have understanding. Yeah, it's a desert. It's hey, his page is as lonely as his page is empty as a new refrigerator with no food in it. It's empty. It's desolate. And the elder laughing at you, man. It's a desert. But see, again, these people want us to make them understand the understanding they haven't, or giving them understanding for something that they haven't been given. See, the people that's supposed to receive the gospel, they're gonna get it. We keep telling you, Israelite, maybe you brothers and sisters will see now. This is only for the elect, the chosen of the Israelites. This ain't for the whole world to get it. They're not gonna tell us that we're the Israelites. Please, brothers, let's get Hosea 1 and 10, please. Hosea 1 and 10. They're not supposed to get it. They're supposed to come against it, and we like it, but doesn't stop us from doing what we're doing. We're gonna keep it moving. He can't learn. He can't learn. He can't learn nothing. He gonna have to learn in silence because we don't want him here. We don't want no unbelievers around. That's why we keep telling all these Israelites these different doctrines. If you don't believe what we believe, don't come around us. How does it make sense? You worry. Here it is. The Lord send you proof, and you want to come against the proof that the Lord sent. It don't make sense. Anyway, going back to the Christians, they want us to make them see what they can't see. If you can't get who real Gentiles are, you definitely ain't gonna get this. So let's get it again. Let's keep moving. We got many things to cover here. We're gonna try to cover all these different things. Here's another one. Why you gonna come up with a question while we dealing with something already? Let me take a screenshot of it. Let me take a screenshot of it. You can't get it. We know who Esau is according to end time prophecy. Do you understand Daniel chapter 2? That the Romans are going to be in authority at the end of days. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, it says Esau is the end of the world. Fuck all that you talking about. The stranger. He was a stranger. Was Esau not a stranger to us? We speaking a strange language. By the time he was on this side of the world, he no longer spoke Hebrew. You're using logic, dumb logic, man. But we'll get to it. We'll get to it. By the time Esau took us in captivity, he didn't speak Hebrew anymore. See how dumb that is? But the Bible said we will be in a strange land with the people whose language we won't understand when Esau became stranger. Dude, did Esau speak Hebrew? I'm going to let the brothers answer. By the time we went into slavery, did Esau speak Hebrew anymore, brothers? What was he speaking? English. Hello? You just sit around at night trying to think of ways to get the devil. Like, well, okay, then who took us into captivity then, Yashakar? What nation of people do you say took us into captivity? Please give us Hosea 1, brothers. You know what? Never mind. We'll deal with that later. I screenshotted it, and we'll deal with that later. Because all these niggas in it, examine his page too. I bet you he don't got no works. I know you don't. Let's read this. Yaquab Yashakar. Hosea 1 and 10. You see how the world want to fight against it? You can't fight against this. We got all night. You will run out of time before we run out of lines. We got the whole Bible at our disposal, and it's open. Because the line from the tribe of Judah had prevailed to loosen the seals off the book. So guess what? We're going to pelt you all about the face, neck, and head with all these scriptures. As long as the connection hold up, we'll do it. And if something go wrong, Lord willing, we'll do another lesson to address it. This is all we do. This is all we do. You can't beat us through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. We ain't worried about none of you people. Bring all the challenges. Come on with it. Hosea 1 and 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel. Yeah, I need verse. Oh, you know what? That's right. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people. There it shall be said, ye are the sons of the living God. And we're doing that now. We're telling our people who they are. You see, we don't expect the world to acknowledge who we are. That's why we call the 12 lost tribes. That's what a lot of you Israelites can't get. That's right, brother. Nigger logic. Use a nigger logic. You're trying to use nigger logic to solve biblical matters. Just like you dumb niggas say, well, how can the Latinos, Native Americans be Israelites? They got a different texture hair than us. What? They got their own currency. They got their own countries. You ain't said nothing about Levi down there in Haiti. You ain't said nothing about Benjamin and the other places. They live in the country. They got different currencies that you ain't said nothing about them. Uneven niggas, man. We know your tactics, Negroes. Now you asked the question. You've been contentious. You've been a contentious demon, and you was out of order because we dealing with something already. You bringing your question. Now all the videos on my page, you could have asked that question all day. Why'd you wait till we start the live stream to ask the question? You ain't innocent, man. The Lord got something for all you little weird Israelites back there talking your shit. I just asked a question. Nah, fuck that. You know what you was doing. Jim S. Maccabee in spirit, Isaiah 63 tells you that the Lord returns to a world ruled by the Edomites. Everybody want to ignore prophecy. You think we're going to ignore prophecy? That what you going to play? We're the prophets. We're not going to ignore prophecy, my nigga. We're going to bring it out on you. And anybody come to our camps, we're going to drown you with prophecy. You ain't going to control the narrative. You ain't going to make us talk about the Gentiles again, as we done explained it till he's blue in the face. No, we're going to talk about them people over there in Israel. We're going to make you go through the prophecies and tell us why they over there when the scriptures say the Israelites don't supposed to be home right now. We're going to make you explain Isaiah 63. We're going to rub your nose all in it. We're going to make you embarrassed. So you better not fuck around with us. Don't come around us because we're going to put you in the deep water like the apostles told us to do. All right. Oh, he got 3 lessons. Okay, cool. Well, I stand corrected. He got 3 lessons. He just started. But see, that's the thing. If you don't understand about Esau, you shouldn't even be out there teaching, man. You shouldn't be out there teaching because somebody asks you that, you're going to be confounded. You already got doubt. You can't go out there teaching with doubt in your soul, man. But whatever. You ain't our brother. Just because, don't come bringing this contention. Then holler, oh, I'm bro. I just asked the question, brother. Now, you ain't our brother. You on some other shit. And we recognize you weird Israelites, man. This is 1 Corinthians 2:6. See, this is the thing. Jake always... You come in the middle of the crossfire, and then when you get fired on or you get hit with a bullet, you get hit with a shot, then you say, then you want to play innocent. No, you already know the fireworks already going. We already ready to get on these devils. If you step in the middle of the firefight when we get on these devils, then you're going to get it. So don't start acting like, we hurt you. You was a brother and all you was doing. No, you wasn't being innocent. You was being messy, man. And we see it. It's a time and place for everything. Hold your questions until we get done with this. You can put them questions on the comment board anytime. Or popping up on the live stream, with an all-important question about Esau. Yeah, we've seen it before, man. Okay, brother Salakia, let's refocus. It's my fault. 1 Corinthians 2:6. Howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect, yet not the wisdom of this world, nor of the princes of this world that come to naught. But we speak the wisdom of the Most High in a mystery, even the hidden wisdom, just like John 14 told us. The whole world can't get this, and the mystery is only going to be unlocked to those who have the Spirit, which the Most High ordained before the world unto our glory, which none of the princes of this world knew, for had they known it, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. But as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which the Most High have prepared for them that love him. But the Most High have revealed them unto us by his Spirit, for the Spirit searches all things, yea, the deep things of the Most High. For what man knoweth the things of the Most High, save the spirit of man which is in him? Even so, the things of the Most High knoweth no man but the Spirit of the Most High. You must have the Holy Spirit in order to understand this. Please, brothers, Isaiah 59:20 on down. Y'all know what once you see it, you know what I want. Verse 12. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit which is of the Most High, that we might know the things that are freely given to us. Who's the us? Most of these people asking these questions, they don't even know who the us is. They think the us is everybody. Who were the Corinthians this was written to? Israelites scattered among the Corinthians, being called Corinthians by other Israelites. It wasn't the people of Corinth that was born, that was of that nation, which were probably Edomites and other nations. No, it's to the Israelites that was scattered there. That's who it was to. Both books of Corinthians. To us in these days, the Israelites scattered all over, just like with the 7 churches. Same thing. This Bible wasn't written to everybody. If you don't understand that, you ain't going to understand nothing. That we might know the things that are freely given to us of the Most High, to us, which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth, but which the Holy Spirit teacheth, comparing the spiritual things with spiritual. And the 12 chart sign is highly spiritual. And it is prophecy. It is prophecy. Ezekiel 37, ring a bell. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High. What? But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him. Didn't Jake just come on there and say the 12 tribes don't make sense? It's foolishness to him because he's a natural man. He's black or white or whatever, red, whatever color he calls himself. For they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them because they are spiritually discerned. If you don't have spiritual discernment, you ain't going to get these mysteries. But he that is spiritual judges all things, yet he himself is judge of no man. And the simple concept of us being on the highways and hedges, teaching with the word of truth and having the sign out there and even able to go into it and break it down. The simple concept, Jake can't get it. They think we out there for all the Israelites. We just out there for everybody. We here to wake up our nation. No, we're not. We're not here. We ain't here to wake up anybody for number one. For number two, the Lord is going to do the waking up. And for number two, we just here to preach the gospel for the elect so that they'll hear it. But so many Israelites don't get that. You don't get it. But we can't be mad at you that you don't get it. This is Isaiah. Hold on. Let me get to it. Jim S. Saints of the Most High, Brother Dawada, Jim S. Birmingham, Isaiah 59 and 20. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion. It didn't say the whole world. It said to Zion. And to them that turn from transgression in Jacob. Very important, said the Lord. As for me, this is my covenant with them. See, you got those personal pronouns with them. See that? My spirit, Salakia. This is my covenant unto them, said the Lord. My spirit that is upon thee. What spirit is that? The Holy Spirit. My spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, from henceforth and forever. So the Lord, he narrowed it down to just his people gonna get the Holy Spirit of understanding. And then out of that is a chosen. One more precept, brothers. Isaiah 1 and 9. And then you know what? Never mind. A brother got Romans 11 right here. The Water brothers for posting those. Yerum is servant of Yahweh Shai. Romans 11 and 7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath attained it, and the rest were blinded. That's B. Isaiah. That's the other fellow, Yashakar, whatever. He don't get it either. He's blinded. But he went out there to teach, but he don't even understand who Esau is. He don't understand how Esau is the white man. He don't get it. What you doing out there then? What you doing out going out to try to teach for? And all these videos that we got, the apostles, the elders, bro, we break it down constantly who Esau is. You had to have seen all the videos we do about Esau according to prophecy, but he still don't get it. We know why? Because he probably is not of the elect. So as Isaiah 59 and 20 told us, only Israel is going to have the spirit of truth, but then it's narrowed down further than that to the chosen, to the elect. So again, even though we get a little angry, we can't really be mad at you. We just pray the Lord don't take the Holy Spirit from us, those of us that have it. So we read that 1 Corinthians. Now I want to get to this article, but we got to read these scriptures because it's important to read these so that we can establish and understand the people that are new, that not everybody's going to get this. See, you waiting. What these Christians try to do, they try to flip it on you. They try to run game on you, make it as though if they don't understand it ain't true. But we're white. You must explain that. We don't got to explain shit to you. This ain't for you. It's above your pay grade, devils. That's all it is to it. It's above your pay grade. The Lord ain't dealing with you people. Just hold on, brothers. I got to remember where I'm at. Come on now. Of course. All right. That's all it is to it. Just hold on here. Got to get my bearings. I want to. Let's see. I know. Okay, Salakia. I kind of want to remember what I want to get. 1 Corinthians chapter 2. All right, well, we just read. We're going to start at 9. All right, this is the Good News translation. Listen up. It says, however, as the scripture says, what no one ever saw, what no one ever thought could happen is the very thing the Most High prepared for those who love him. But it was to us that the Most High made known his secret by means of his spirit. The spirit searches everything, even the hidden depths of the Most High's purposes. It is only our own spirit within us that knows all about us. In the same way, only the Most High Spirit knows all about the Most High. For we have not received this world's spirit. Instead, we have received the spirit sent by the Most High, so that we may know all that the Most High has given us. So then, we do not speak in words taught by human wisdom, but in words taught by the Spirit, as we explain spiritual truths to those who have the Spirit. Did you just hear that? We explain spiritual truths to those that have the Spirit, and they only come from the Israelites, firstly, and secondly, if they don't have the Spirit, they're not born again, they just black, or there's some Israelites with fringes, Judah, and hollering out, bring it out. They ain't gonna get it. Whoever does not have the Spirit cannot receive the spiritual gifts that come from the Most High Spirit. Such a person really does not understand them, and they seem to be nonsense. The 12 tribes don't make sense to me. How the Jew, how Benjamin, they just knew exactly. Dummies. Because their value can be judged only on a spiritual basis. Whoever has the Spirit, however, is able to judge the value of everything, but no one is able to judge him. Fire. Excellent. An excellent translation, if I do say so myself. Now I want to read one or two more here, and we got to get right to these foolish questions. But they're actually good. They're good for edification, but if you got to understand it, they foolishness to you. All right, so this is First Corinthians. Hold on there, brothers. All right, First Corinthians 1 and verse 23. It says, but we preach Hamashiach crucified, unto the Jews a stumbling block, and unto the Greeks foolishness. Most of these people don't understand that the Jews and Greeks right here are the same folks. They represent the Israelites from the Holy Land and the Israelite foreigners. But unto them which are called, both Jews and Greeks, Hamashiach, the power of the Most High and the wisdom of the Most High. Because the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than men, and the weakness of the Most High is stronger than men. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. But the Most High had chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. That's why James White, you ain't even heard from him no more. After we got on his ass a couple of times, he just vanished. He left Vocab to fight on his own. Then notice another thing that I noticed too, James White. Then you got the other guy, Dr. Brown. These are made up names. James White, the Edomite, then James Brown. Brown and White. Mr. Brown, Miss White, are you the Reservoir Dogs? Made up phony ass agent gatekeepers. It's all good. But the Most High had chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And the Most High had chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. And base things of the world and things which are despised hath the Most High chosen, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are. Why? That no flesh should glory in his presence. So it ain't all about us, our garments. We got 1,000 guys march down the street. Our organization is in tip top. We on the, we're on this, we getting clergyman of the year. We don't care. This world ain't gonna accept us, and we don't give a damn. We don't accept them. So let's get to it, brothers. So I'm going to show you this. Let's get into it. Thought-provoking questions, right? All right. So this is again from this shield. I'll put up the link again for those who just joined us. Let me give you the link. Here it is right now. From Vocab Malone, the shield. And let me also give the other one. The other one was entitled the 12 tribes chart. The majority of Israelites don't believe Ariel's visionary claim. Lord willing, we'll get into that one tomorrow or the next day. We'll see. However the spirit goes. All right. So here it is. Thought-provoking questions to dismantle the 12 tribes chart. These 22 questions are for people who believe in the 12 tribes of Israel chart by Ariel of the old One West Hebrew Israelite school in Harlem, New York. And then he starts off with a quote. This is by Vocab Malone, by the way, right here. If you're not on the sign, quote, let me read it again. Doggone it. Quote, if you're not on the sign, you're going into slavery. How about that? End quote. This is exactly what a GMS affiliated Hebrew Israelite told James White's son Josh on May 16, 2020 in Tempe, Arizona. See the 2520 mark of this video. Now, these two goofballs right here. This is the former head of GMS Phoenix. This is after he got kicked out for being a wicked ass demon, right? And then he got his little sidekick here, who's also a bugged out weirdo. Now he went back to being Christian. At the time, his name was Ahmad Gabar. Both of these are two devils, right? Two black devils. Now, this dude right here, he was the first one we heard start talking about that new covenant stuff. That's why he quit teaching. He said he no longer had to teach. He's formerly named Harmawan. He's a complete devil. All right, a black devil. Anyway, notice it's always somebody who is no longer. Now, at the time when this happened, he wasn't GMS affiliated. He had been kicked out and excommunicated, so he wasn't affiliated with us. But just because he was formerly of GMS, Vocab used that. All right, so he says, that means the validity of the 12 tribes of Israel chart is extremely significant to adherence, as it bears directly on one's status in the future kingdom of the Most High as either ruler or slave. Right? It goes on. Did you know the majority of the proponents of Hebrew Israelism deny the chart's accuracy? One Hebrew Israelite author, listen to this, Yeshaya Yisrael. Did we tell you that these Yisraelite motherfuckers wasn't our brothers and sisters? This is what they do. They go behind the scenes, they slither around trying to get known for themselves, writing books, going on Vocab Malone's show, doing other shit because they want to be accepted by the world, man. These people are not your relatives. They ain't related to us in the spirit. One Hebrew Israelite author, Yeshaya Yisrael, after penning almost 20 pages on why the chart is wrong, wrote this in all caps. Quote, this is why we have to let the book speak and not just listen to teachers, end quote. There's another camp hater, a camp hating faggot. Okay. Of course, authors who support one West style Hebrew Israelism disagree. For example, see the duplication of the standard chart presented on page 2 in the book, 12 Tribes, Culture, Meditation Precepts by Joachim Ben Israel. Also going off. Salakia. This is his book right here, Blackstone, published in 2020. He wrote a book. The book is already written. Now, notice these people that write these books, they ain't got no camp though. They ain't teaching. He just wrote a book to repeat what the scriptures already say. Leaders of some of the most influential One West camps still go to bat for the chart's validity. Alazar Ban Lawyer, leader of Sakari sect, proclaims, he got a quote from Alazar. Quote, one of the reasons why I've always held fast through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai to the 12 tribes chart is the fact that nobody, and when I say nobody, I mean nobody, that I've ever seen deny it, come against it, be opposed to it, criticize it. There has never been an antithesis of viability of any substantial facts that's been laid to the 12 tribes chart. Alazar is essentially claiming that he's never seen anyone disprove the chart. Well, here are a series of thought-provoking questions which absolutely shatter any notion of the chart's truthfulness. Now, before we proceed, again, they want us to help them understand what ain't even been given to them. We already read the scriptures in the opening. How you gonna get what you can't get? Anyway, let's read it and let's answer some of these. 1, according to scripture, Israel is supposed to be scattered all over the world. If that's the case, then why does the original 12 tribes chart only contain locations and peoples on the western hemisphere of the globe? Stop right there. Now, notice how they said in the opening, according to scripture, Israel is supposed to be scattered all over the world. So, if you got an argument saying that and you want to come at us with it, why didn't you tell the people over in Israel? Because now we've been showing you the scriptures that the Israelites supposed to be scattered until the Lord comes back. Now you want to flip it on us and ask us why, if scripture says Israel supposed to be scattered over all the earth, which is true. But why didn't you turn it and ask the people over there now? Why you didn't ask them that? You want to ask us the question, but you ain't ask. If you know for a fact that Israel supposed to be scattered all over the world, why then how can you turn around and say the people in Israel now are the Jews? They got the Holy Land. They supposed to be the people of the Lord. You see how hypocritical it is before we answer it? See the hypocrisy? You people are devils. Vocab Malone, you are the devil. Just like the apostle said, you a fat-headed serpent. Now let's answer it. Why, brothers? Let's read it again and we'll answer it. And we're going to go to Ezekiel 37. Let me even open it up and bring it up right now before we even go on. Because that's what our friend Isaiah just came up here saying. See, a lot of these Israelites are unbelievers, but they'll still come on your comment, boy. Shalom, brother. They don't even believe. According to scripture, Israel is supposed to be scattered all over the world. If that's the case, then why does the original 12 tribes chart only contain locations and peoples on the western hemisphere of the globe? And before we read the rest of that, let's just go ahead and get into it. And let me answer it first. You know the reason why? Because the centralized location for the captivity of the Israelites was a particular place. When you read Ezekiel 37, you know what? It can explain better than I can. The Israelites supposed to wake up in a place called the Valley of Dry Bones. Also, they're going to do the work or preach and teach from there. This is the location where the gospel is going to come out from and then go to the four corners of the earth to wake up the other brothers. The 12 tribe sign is focused mainly on the Valley of Dry Bones on this side of the world. It's an easy answer, and we've been explained it, but you didn't get it because you're still trying to. But you can't get it. Number one. Number two, you're trying to disprove it while we're giving you the proof. How you going to be able to disprove something and get the proof at the same time? You're not able to get it. And the elder brother got a couple of scriptures here. Let's read this. This is man, whew. Jim S. Page Master, Elder Kazak, Jeremiah 31:1. At the same time, said the Lord, will I be the God of all the families of Israel, and they shall be my people. There you go, right in the mouth. Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? The fact that you don't believe what we teach, does that make it not true? No. Does it mean it's not going to happen? Of course not. You think everybody going to believe the Lord, what his word says? No, they're not going to believe it. It's just for the chosen, the handful. Them that are in Yahweh's hand shall no man pluck out. What about all the rest? They ain't going to get it. The Most High forbid. Yeah, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest overcome, Salaki, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings and mightest overcome when thou art judged. Just to a particular group. It ain't everybody. This is Azanamah, James 1:1. James, a servant of the Most High and of the Lord Yahweh Hamashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. So they got that right. The 12 tribes are scattered abroad. But by asking us that, you just disproved the fact that the Israelis are Israelites. You just proved it. Thank you. Jim S. Page Master, Daniel 12:10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. Who are the wise? First and foremost, Israelites. Secondly, most importantly, the elect. Now, I want to answer this before they say, well, all you did was read other scriptures. You didn't explain it. We're going to explain it right now. We explained it already, but now let's read Ezekiel. Let's go to Ezekiel 37, because this is focused in a centralized place. When you read Ezekiel 37, which is prophecy, which is part of the reason why the Christians can't get it, because they're allergic to prophecy. And most of these niggas see the prophetic scriptures, and the understanding of them is a gift to the chosen. Those that can't get the prophecies, what's this guy named Ron Dalton and these other people, they can't get the prophecies because they're not the Most High's men. They just some Israelites. They ain't the Lord's men. So this right here says vision of the valley of dry bones. Salakia. Vision of the valley of dry bones. It's a particular place. See, this is where Israel would awaken from. It's a particular centralized location. That little shit about, it's only on one side of the world, but we scattered everywhere. Okay, great. But this is the reason why it's like that. The 12 tribe sign is focused on this side of the world because these are the places, the main places where the gospel would come from to the rest of the world. That's why. If you can't, well, you ain't going to get it anyway. So I'm going to read a few verses up top, then we'll jump down. It says, the hand of the Lord was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones, in the valley, and caused me to pass them round about. It caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. Right? They didn't have the living water. They didn't have understanding. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord, power, thou knowest. Again he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Thus said the Lord, power, unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. This breath is the understanding. Can somebody give me wisdom of Solomon, I believe it's 725, somewhere around there. And I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Now, let's break away for a few precepts. First, Revelation, lock it, 11:8. We're going to jump around quite a bit. We got to get these precepts. Revelation 11:8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. What are these dead bodies? These are the Israelites in a dead state, spiritually dead, not knowing who they are. And they're said to be in the street of the great city, one centralized location on the earth. Let's see here. Proverbs 21. Proverbs 21:16. And it reads, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So without understanding, you're likened unto a dead body, a dry bone. You're dry. When you're a dry bone, you don't have the living water. See? So these are those dead bodies. And I'm going to go here real quick and read from the comment board. This is GMS Harakah, Wisdom of Solomon, 7:25. It says, for she is the breath of the power of the Most High. Now, she is wisdom. See, so without wisdom, you're likened unto a dry bone. Without understanding, you're likened unto a dry bone or a dead body. For she is the breath of the Most High, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore, can no defiled thing fall into her. This is going to make us live. This is what will make us live, right? The Holy Spirit and wisdom. This is what Yahushua said, Matthew 8:20. But Yahushua said unto him, follow me, and let the dead bury their dead. See, so it's parabolically dead, meaning those of the world, those who don't have the understanding, they're in a dead state. They're the congregation of the dead. Luke 9:60. Yahushua said unto him, let the dead bury their dead, but go thou and preach the kingdom of the Most High. Now we know, of course, that dead bodies can't bury other dead bodies. So obviously it's not literal, right? Back in Revelation 11, again, and their dead bodies, Israelites without life, the dry bones, without spiritual life, shall lie in the great street, in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Right now, down here around about verse 11, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them. Now, what's that spirit of life? It's the understanding. We just read it. The brother put up Wisdom of Solomon 7:25, right? For she is the breath of the power of the Most High. That wisdom is going to come into us at an appointed time. All right. It says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them, which is why you have articles like the one we're going into, because great fear is upon them, and they see the great awakening. Us standing upon our feet is the great awakening, part of it. And great fear fell upon them which saw them. See, so this is where we are. Let's get back to Ezekiel. And it's written in parabolic form. Now I want to try to make these points quick. We got a lot more to cover. So here in verse 4, this is how the bones live, by prophecy, by people being prophesied to. Again, he said unto me, verse 4, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord power unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. So obviously, the Most High ain't telling no damn skeletons they're gonna live by somebody breathing on them, right? So once the prophecies, the teachers came and started teaching the word, the spirit came upon men and they started preaching. Then you had the great awakening. This is what you're seeing now, the bones coming back to life, the Israelites waking up, and great fear is falling upon the people that's seeing it. That's why they're sending out the little people to try to put us back to sleep, that this shit ain't gonna work. And I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone. See that? And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came up upon them, and the skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them. So you got a lot of these Israelites walking around with no breath. These represent those without the full understanding. They don't got the knowledge. They know the Israelites. They stand upon their feet somewhat, but they ain't got the breath in them. This is why you have Israelites saying, well, them 12 tribes, it don't make sense. Well, if he's all the white man, how about this? Why is this? Why he different than us? He married black women. He married Hamites. Why did you saying these are Edomites white people? Because you don't got the breath in you. And we can't make you get it. We can't breathe it into you. If you ain't getting the prophecies, so be it. Then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind. Prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord power, come from the four winds, O breath. Four winds represent all over the earth. The gospel is going to come from all over the earth. And breathe upon these slain that they may live. Or the gospel is going to go to the four corners of the earth as well. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army. See, so this is what you're seeing happening right now. The gospel is going to the four corners of the earth. It's coming from all over the earth as well. It's waking up other men. They're preaching it. And this great army of the Lord is being raised up, a spiritual army, though, not like the fight, the elect is waking up. But it's in a particular place where the gospel would come. Now it says the vision explained, right? I'm going to read a little bit of this. Verse 11, then he said unto me, son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. This is why the chart is represented or focused on this side of the earth, because this is the valley of dry bones. The great city, we read it in Revelation 11. Let's go back there real quick. In the great city, spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. It's focused in a central location to go out into the rest of the world. Right? And on this side of the earth, right here, verse 8. And then at a certain time, verse 11, this is where we are now. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. That same great army, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Oh shit, them Israelites, they're waking up. We got to send somebody down there. Send somebody down there to confront them, this and that. That's why they're doing that. Hurt. Back in Ezekiel 37, I'm going to try to speed it up a little bit here. Then he said unto me, son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say, our bones are dry and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts. You see? Now let's get down here. The reunion of Judah and Israel, right? This is what you find the 12 tribes sign at. Verse 16, moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions. Now, when you look over here, and you go into this word stick, let's go there real quick. It describes it. It don't have to be a wooden stick from the old days, how they had notches carved into it and you have your relatives' names in it and shit like that. No, it can be a sign, right? Tree, wood, timber, stock, plank, stalk, stick, gallows. See, wood, pieces of wood. What do you see brothers with out there? Signs made out of wood, made out of cardboard, made out of this and that. See it? Very plain. This is something you're going to write on. You're going to write on this thing. Let's read it again. And we've been over this. We got videos covering this stuff, but they ignore all that. Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions, the southern kingdom. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions, and join them one to another into one stick. So the brothers got the sign out there with all the tribes' names on it, and they should become one in thine hand. This is something that's in your hand, right? And people see it. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these? What's this sign talking about? Say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in my hand. We tell them that the tribes are going to come back together, and the sticks whereupon thou writest shall be in thine hand before their eyes. They're going to see it. They're going to ask you questions about it. You're going to break it down. And this is mainly on this side of the planet. Now, and there's more to it, but you can read the rest of that. I want to prove some of this, what I'm saying. When you go to Jeremiah, when it talks about the deliverance of the Israelites, it's very specific about the way that it's written. Just listen to it. This is Jeremiah 23:5. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord. This is prophecy, by the way, which Christians can't get. And most of these Israelites, they can't get it either because they aren't born again. They don't have the understanding. They're too busy watching clickbait videos. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. This is Yahweh Shai. In his days, Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. Only when he returns, when people be back in the Holy Land who's supposed to be there and be safe, he's going to take them back. This is how we know that you're a bunch of imposters. And this is his name, whereby he shall be called the Lord our righteousness. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led, he's going to lead the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country. This is the land of the north. It didn't say the land of Ham. It didn't say all over the earth. It's speaking of one particular place first, and then the other countries. Listen again, which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries where they had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. So for the purposes of the sign, the gospel being preached and to get it going, the sign is focused on this part of the world first, right? Just like the deliverance is going to be. And we tell the other Israelites scattered all over the earth, because the greatest scattering was over here. All the tribes are over here in this place. And we can prove that. Let's go real quick. Revelation 18. And you just got to be able to see that in the spirit. We can't make you get it. This is Revelation 18-20. Rejoice over her, thou heaven. Who's the her? This is Babylon the Great, right at the top. The daughter of Babylon, which is America, right here. Babylon the Great is fallen, is fallen. The whole chapter is about Babylon the Great. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets. Heaven represents the house of Israel. The kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violent take it by force. And the holy apostles and prophets are the men of the Lord. For the Most High hath avenged you on her. So it's said here that these heaven and the holy apostles and prophets are in Babylon the Great. You can't get around that. There was another one. Revelation 7. You see all the tribes being mentioned. All the 12 tribes mentioned right here through these verses. Still dealing with the same thing. Now I want to go back. Let's get Jeremiah 3. I'm trying to hit these quick because we got more stuff to cover. We ain't even scratched the surface yet. Jeremiah 3:18. We'll start at 17. At that time they shall call Jerusalem the throne of the Lord, and all the nations shall be gathered unto it, to the name of the Lord, to Jerusalem. Neither shall they walk any more after the imagination of their evil heart. In those days the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, both of the kingdoms together, and they shall come together out of the land of the north. Same place they were scattered to, Babylon the Great. Now somebody was over the land of the north to my Russia. Well, do you see the 12 tribes over there prophesying, bringing out the truth, tribes waking up? No, you don't see that. You see them over here in Babylon the Great. You're trying to say Israel is in the Middle East and north of that is the land of the north. That's stupid. No, the land of the north is over here, where we at now. And they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given for an inheritance unto your fathers. There you go. And that's why the 12 tribes sign is focused on this side of the world, because the tribes are scattered here mainly. Let's get there's a couple more I want to read. Just hold on here. Zechariah 2 and 6. Because really what people try to do is, for the sake of argument, they think we're going to have a sign. It's going to have every nation written on the sign. That's not how it's supposed to be. We ain't going to have a sign with every single place in the world, because Israelites are scattered into the whole world. But there's a centralized location where the gospel, we're going to wake up in Babylon the Great. We just read it. Revelation 11. And again, the apostles, elder bishops, and brothers have explained this stuff 1,000 times. And they ain't going to get it this 1,001 time we're doing it. They ain't going to get it this time. As long as y'all get it. As long as the believers understand that. Zechariah 2 and 6. Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north. There it is again. Saith the Lord, for I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven. You also all over the earth, saith the Lord. Deliver thyself, O Zion. That's the Israelites that dwelleth with the daughter of Babylon. See that? You dwell with the daughter of Babylon. It's the main place. Let's go to Isaiah. And we can read more into that, but we're just going to hit these and get back to that article. Isaiah 47, starting at 1, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. The virgin daughter of Babylon is America, land of the north. Sit on the ground. There is no throne or daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. So this is about the virgin daughter of Babylon, right? In verse 6, he says, I was wroth with my people. Who's the Lord's people? The Israelites. I was wroth with my people, meaning I was angry with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance, and given them into thine hand. So they were given into the hand of the daughter of Babylon. All black Israelites, you people keep hollering about Africa. The Israelites, there's more Israelites over here than in Africa. I'm sorry. Sorry you can't get that. But there's more Israelites here. This is what all the tribes are. We are here and scattered them to this side of the world. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And when I say here, I mean on this side of the world. Okay? On this side of the world. Let's go on. So we read that. That was another one. So these are just some different verses that prove that the Israelites going to be brought from the land of the north first. There's one more. Land of the north first, and also other parts of the world. That's why, again, why the sign, the 12 tribes sign, is focused on this part of the world. The valley of dry bones. Let's get Jeremiah again. 16. Is it 14? See, we can't sit there and just try to answer every little single little. What about? See, you said it was different right here. It says no. If you can't get it, man. Jeremiah 16:14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. The old Exodus is going to pale in comparison to this new one. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, comma, and from all lands whither he had driven them. See, the great deliverance is going to be Babylon the Great. This is place is going to be destroyed. The urgency is for the Israelites here to wake up. And the other Israelites around the world, they were also receiving it. But the urgency is for these Israelites in Babylon the Great to receive this gospel. And also, when you see them migrants coming from other parts of the other countries down there in South America, the Lord bringing them here either to be delivered or to be judged. Because Babylon the Great going to get hit with missiles. We know that. On warheads, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. There you go. That's why it's written that way. Now let's go back to Ezekiel 37. We're probably done with it for now. We're gonna go back to this article. So that's why you see that reunion of Judah and Israel. They're all here in the valley of dry bones on this side of the world as well. Yeah. So the Lord's gonna bring us all back together. Now let's get back to that article. And Salakia, brothers, if I know the comment board is filled up. Shalom, Yahweh Shemiah Shabbat, a thumb to all the different brothers coming in there. And that's, like I said, I shared them. So it should be, if the spirit come on, brothers, light these devils up. We always need lessons to do. Here's plenty to do. So back to that first question, and we're gonna go and a lot of these questions gonna have the same answer. Salakia, wrong article. A lot of these gonna have the same answer because they start getting sloppy toward the end. They tried to come up with some, with some decent questions, but they start getting sloppy. According to scripture, Israel is supposed to be scattered all over the world. If that's the case, then why does the 12 tribes chart only contain locations and peoples on the western hemisphere of the globe? We explained it. Now he says here, Adnab, leader of the Good Samaritans camp from Detroit, Michigan, agrees with this objection. And that dude was a damn demon. And he ain't in the truth no more. Ain't nobody heard from this dude in over 5 years. Formerly of the GMS Detroit camp, he got kicked out, or either he left on his own. I can't remember. He was the head of Detroit camp, and he took 2 other guys with him, the Irish wanker, and I forgot what they called the other dude. There was 2 of them, 3 of them all together, and they just turned in. They were just demons, right? Now I'm gonna just skip what he said here, or I'll read it from his book. He says you have a select group that claim descendancy based solely upon Genesis 49 and Deuteronomy 33. This is clearly in error, as the scriptures tell us ad nauseum that the 12 tribes were to be scattered to the 4 corners of the earth. See, he's stuck on that too, which he did get it because the Lord took the spirit from that guy. Question 2. Why does the chart switch back and forth from ethnic groups to geographical locations? West Indian blacks are said to be Benjamin, while American blacks are said to be Judah, and then both Argentina and Chile are said to be Naphtali. Isn't this an inconsistent way to identify the tribes? For example, is everyone in Argentina of Naphtali? How do you decide? See how low level and dumb that is? It's like talking to retarded kids. First off, we never said that at any time that every black person, so-called, was Israelite, and that we don't even say we black. We never said that every person in Argentina was Naphtali, right? And we don't have a way to know exact, because all the tribes are mixed among each other, but in a centralized location, we know through slavery and migration, certain tribes will go to certain areas. It's meant to be a rough draft. It's not meant to be exact. We ain't saying lift your heel up, brother. You'll see you Naphtali. Because we say American blacks are the tribe of Judah, right? Because we know through slavery, Judah, Levi, and Benjamin was brought to different locations. Now, I could be a Gadite. I identify as Judah, right? Because I'm so-called black. Both of my parents are so-called black. Well, I got Native American in my family. You know, when you're in the Carolinas, we could go back to Seminoles, which is Reuben. We could go back to Gad. We could go to any of the tribes. We know through the fact that we got the Holy Spirit that we're Israelites. But we can't say for sure what tribe we came from. It's meant to be a rough draft. It's not meant to be exact. And our brothers and sisters know that, but you dumb Christians don't know that. You want us to make it make sense to you. We already told you can't even get it. How's it going to make sense to you? No matter what answer we give, it's never going to be good enough. They're never going to agree. They already said we ain't even Israelites. Why are we even having this conversation? But they're doing it for the sake of, because they're trying to disprove something. You can't prove nothing. You can't disprove nothing that we teach. This is the elder brother Zion from GMS Buffalo. All the tribes on the chart are scattered all over the world. That's the point. They always play dumb, and we've made that known. All the tribes are scattered all over the earth. We can't say for sure that every person in Haiti is Benjamin. Or Levi. Because guess what? Some of the people that live in Haiti might go back to the Africans. We all mixed up. But we know through the Spirit. That's why we preach the gospel, to sift the Israelites among all nations. Let's get that. I saw a brother had put that up. See, but we have to go through the painstaking length to explain it to them because they're too dumb. And we, in every video, brothers, we always say this. This ain't nothing that we've hidden. We've always said that all the Israelites were scattered all over the earth, even the ones that's here in America. We may say you could be a so-called Latino person, right? And you may say you Mexican, you live in Mexico, but you might go back to Judah. Your daddy could be a so-called Negro. See, we don't have a definitive way to tell you exactly what tribe we all from, but we know in the area. When and as for that whole geographical locations and people, those are the bywords and the curses, the different names that we've been called. Just because we say American blacks, right? And then turn around and say Benjamin is the Jamaicans and the Barbadians and the Trinidadians and the Virgin, people in the Virgin Islands. That's a rough draft. You got Judites that live down there. You got Hispanics, so-called. Some of the other tribes, Native Americans may live in the Virgin Islands. But see, that's your struggling for understanding. We got that. We know that all the tribes are scattered, mixed up among each other. Just because American blacks here in America scattered throughout these different parts of America, yeah, but a lot of us think that we so-called Negroes, and we're actually of the tribe of Gad. But that's due to you devils doing what you did, changing, what that Indian Removal Act, and changing our names and changing what this meant and what that meant. That's on you. But we know that we Israelites, though. That's the whole point. That's the important thing, is that we Israel. Not that we know exactly, exactly, because all the paperwork been done away with. We don't have no things we can trace it back and say we know our father's father. His name was Yakanan. He was from this. We can't tell you that. We are lost people, but we coming back to our heritage. You see the Spirit on us. What, you gonna deny that we Israelites? Well, if we ain't Israelite, why are we lighting you up? Why are we the subject of all your videos and all these documents and all that? We ain't even did nothing to nobody. We haven't done nothing to anybody. There ain't no GMS brother assaulted nobody. We just teaching the truth. But yeah, you still having all the conversations about what we teaching, and then you don't even mention us. How is it that all the other Israelite groups are getting mentioned in these articles? The main ones you coming at is us. You're not mentioning us because you don't. It's a blacklist on GMS, but that's all right. We still gonna tear your ass up with this gospel. We don't care if you don't mention us. So what? We know we getting to you. We know through how you behave. Hebrews, brothers, Hebrews 4 and 12. Yep. Zion Yasharallah, Deuteronomy 28:64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Right. We scattered all over the earth, and the Israelites are scattered. The different tribes are among each other in different places. Right. The 12 tribe sign is a rough draft, and we've said that over and over. It's a rough draft. It don't mean just because you in America and you so-called black, you definitely from the tribe of Judah. We can't tell you that. We don't know where your family lineage go back to. You got people that live in Hawaii that look like Hawaiians that are Judites. You got people in Mexico that look like Mexicans that are actually, from they may not be Issachar. They may be Ephraimites. They could be Manassites. The tribes live among each other. You could be a damn light-skinned Benjamite. You could be a dark-ass Levite or light-skinned Levite. You could be a white Levite. You might have been born through a so-called Haitian man and a white lady like Alazar, like Apostle Tahar. Well, Apostle Tahar, I'm not saying his mama was white, but he's a light-skinned Levite. Now, when it comes to Alazar, his mother is a so-called white lady, and his daddy was a Levite. Look how light he is. He's from the tribe of Levi, and he live in America. See, you can't put a plumb line on the Most High, which is a measuring device. You can't measure it. And you dumb Christians don't even get that. You just you doing that to try to come against us. But again, you trying to take it out on us, but it's the Lord, the one that's blinding your eyes. He's the one that's got us teaching this truth. He's the one that's going to do all. He's doing all of this. We're just the vessels. Yair Ban Yamyan, Hebrews 4 and 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow. Right? We know the word is sharp, but here's the other part. And is a discerner, different brother, of the thoughts and intents of the heart. So the fact that you chasing us, you running around behind us, you putting up, videos and trying to put together articles and trying to dismantle this and that, you wouldn't do that for people you wasn't threatened by. A hit dog or holler, and you hollering, tearing your ass up with these scriptures. And now you just are in this video, they're gonna just disregard it. But so what? We just had to give you answers to show you that we know what you don't know. That's right, brother. Zanamah said that no other nations are preaching the gospel and fulfilling prophecy, only the Hebrew Israelites. Why all them damn gooks ain't out there with 12 tribe sign bringing out the truth? Why they ain't doing it in Vietnam? Why Vatican City people ain't doing it? Even the Jewish people ain't got no camps, so they out there teaching and bringing out the word, and then nobody can stop them. We'll tear their ass up in the Bible. 5 minutes, we'll have you running down the street. Bring your damn Talmud and come face us then. You don't want none of this. Don't even try it. We ain't worried about you. You ain't even on our level. You ain't on our level, cuz. So, again, for example, everyone in Argentina of Naphtali, how do you decide? No, they're not every person in every place is not of them tribes. And we told you, among every tribe, you got the conquistadors down there. You got Israelites that go back to not Israelites, but the people of Argentina and Chile and Colombia. A lot of them go back to conquistador blood. It's of the Lord who's going to decide and show in time who those tribes are. We know that the tribes are among those people because, as the scriptures say, we're among every people. But the reason why the tribe is centralized to a particular side of the world or location is because this is what a great deliverance is going to be. We got all the answers, man. Let's move on to 3. He says here, where is the tribe of Dan on the chart? The Anglo-Israelites who had their breakdown a century before the black Hebrew Israelites include Dan. Now, the Anglo-Israelites were white people with their own 12 tribe sign who tried to make it on the basis of the blessings. That's why we know they're wrong. We did lessons on that. The Anglo-Israelites were white people, and you'll see their sign coming up down at the bottom. It says, who had their breakdown a century before the black Hebrew Israelites include Dan. And you ain't made no videos about that vocab alone. Why didn't you go to them and make them prove they sign? You ain't said shit about that. This is the first time these devils even ever mentioned it. We found out by the apostles. They told us about it. They claim that today Dan is dominant in Denmark, important in Ireland and Wales, and is also present amongst the population of the USA. Why do the Anglo-Israelites include Dan and the black Hebrew Israelites leave Dan out? Who should we believe? You can believe whoever the fuck you want to believe. We know they was off. The Anglo-Israelites is off. We did many videos on the Celto-Saxon doctrine. That shit is trash. If the primary proof text for the chart is Genesis 49, then where is Dan? Since Dan is listed in Genesis 49. So who is Dan today? Where is Dan today? And why doesn't the 12 tribes of Israel chart promoted by one Wessels include Dan? If you're a chart believer, you can't simply say because Dan is missing from Revelation 7, which it is, because Ephraim is also absent from Revelation 7, and yet Ariel's chart includes Ephraim. Ephraim is not absent. Ephraim on Revelation 7 is known as Joseph. That's known as Joseph. But see, again, a dumb Christian don't know that. Now, the apostles have told us, and we see it to be true. When you go to Revelation 7 and you read it, let's go there. Let's bring it up first, then we'll explain it. And you had one guy from ITR. What was his name? Big Head Nick. Nazariah. That was one of his beefs. That's what led to him getting kicked out, because he started teaching behind the scenes about a Tribe of Dan breakdown. But then when he got kicked out, he never brought out no video on the Tribe of Dan that I know of. But see, you trying to be deep. In Revelation 7 and 5, when it talks about the 144,000, you see Judah of the tribe. Revelation 7 and 5, of the tribe of Judah was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben was sealed 12,000. Gad, same. Asher, right? Naphtali, Manasseh, Simeon, Levi, Issachar, Zabulon, and then you see Joseph. Joseph is what? Ephraim. And then you have Benjamin. Dan is not mentioned. And when you go to, and just because you read Genesis 49, we gotta deal with end time prophecy. In Revelation is what we're dealing with. And the way the apostle said is that Dan is dispersed amongst all the other tribes. We know that Samson was a Danite when you read about Samson in the book of Judges, but that's one of those mysteries that we're gonna find out. You don't see and when you read the New Testament, when you read the whole Bible, you don't see Dan mentioned in any of the the great end time prophecies other than in Genesis 49, and then I think Deuteronomy 33 it said. So that's one of those mysteries right there. God is not right just because they ain't on it. Why would we put them there? The Lord tells you in Revelation 7, we got to go back to that. Hold on, brother. Salakia, my bad on that. Dan is not mentioned. And just because they say you can't say simply because they're not. Yes, we can say that. We can say that Dan is not mentioned there. In the end, they're not mentioned. We got to say what the scriptures say. Can somebody please put up Isaiah 8 and 20, brothers? Isaiah 8 and 20. Right here, Revelation 7 and 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there was sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. And then it names every tribe right here. Everyone that's supposed that's end time prophecy right there. You're gonna get mad at us because it ain't on the sign. Well, they ain't mentioned right here in end time prophecy. They're not mentioned there. So we're gonna find that out in the kingdom. That's one of the things that the Lord held back. Don't say the Lord didn't hold stuff back. He wants to give you answers that ain't even written. This shows the Lord holds things back. Revelation 10 and 3. And I cried with a loud voice as when a lion roareth. And when he cried, 7 thunders uttered their voices. And when the 7 thunders had uttered their voices, I was about to write. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, seal up those things which the 7 thunders uttered and write them not. Things that are not written are not part of the 100% true. We can't tell you what the Lord didn't tell us. He didn't give us that. He didn't tell us where Dan would be in the last days. He didn't tell us that. So they're not on the sign because of that. Whether you can, if you can receive it, and if you can't, so what? Doesn't matter. Did somebody get that Isaiah 8 and 20? All we're supposed to do is tell you what's in the script. We can't tell you what's not there. So that's that. He says Ephraim is also absent from Revelation 7, and yet Ariel's chart includes Ephraim. Ephraim is Joseph. And then they put up a map, Denmark, the mark of Dan, which is going off. Most of the people in Denmark and Sweden and Finland, Germany, and people Edomites. Anyway, Hold on here. Let me see if the brother put that scripture up. All right, so nobody put it up. I'm gonna go and read it. Is the connection still good? Are we still coming in loud and clear? Let's get this. Just hold on, brothers. All right, back to it. So Isaiah 8 and 20 says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. So we telling you out of Revelation 7, Dan is not mentioned there. So I don't know what you want us to do for you. We can't help you. We can't make you get it anyway. You devils just gonna struggle along. You think you got something. You think you got something because you mentioned that. You ain't got nothing because you mentioned that. So what? All right, so this is question number 4. It says, listen to this crap. Most non-One West Hebrew Israelites reject the chart. Yeah, we know that, but they're just a bunch of goddamn unbelievers. Just because Israelites reject the chart don't mean that it's not true. What about the unbelievers? And when he says most non-One West Israelites reject the chart, did you not know that the 2/3 are a bigger number than the 1/3? You're gonna have more unbelievers than you have believers. That's stupid. Most non-One Westers usually believe that Israel is to be only or primarily a people who can be described as black. Shows how intelligent they are. There are expectations and variations to this fact. So this devil is trying to use he's trying to use unbelievers to come against the truth. You're gonna use unbelievers, and they don't even believe that the Israelites are so-called black people. You believe them pink motherfuckers over there right now, but then you're gonna still try to use it on us. You see what kind of dirty tricks these devils use, which is stupid. GMS don't teach that all the Israelites are so-called black. We don't teach that shit. Why are you trying to use that on us? You know yourself that that's false. They know that's a false argument, but they'll still use it on us anyway. Come on, man. Hurt. Super hurt. Let's read that again. He says most non-One West Hebrew Israelites reject the chart. Most non-One Westers usually believe that Israel is to be only or primarily a people who can be described as black. There are exceptions and variations to this fact. Yet the chart includes Latino and indigenous peoples who cannot be described in any meaningful sense as black. That's your damn mistake. We told you over and over. We had brothers in our camps who are not so-called black ask you, are they black Hebrew Israelites? And you fuckers keep saying it. Which one you want to do? You want to call us black Hebrew Israelites? You're going to use the argument that not all Israelites believe that we all just black. I mean, it's crazy. Who is right and how do we know? Are the black only Israelites right? Fuck no, they ain't right. Are those who include many other people groups in their view of who composes Israel? We just got finished. The brother just put the scripture. We scattered into every nation. Are we not? We scattered into every nation. And we keep telling you that constantly. Yet you don't want to hear it. For the sake of another stupid question, I have even heard black only Israelites state they feel that the chart believers are giving away Israel's heritage to other nations, which shows you yet again that they ain't in the spirit. They don't have the Holy Spirit. They're not born again, and they're not of the elect. I'm gonna just put it out there. Most of these black only Israelites, most of them ain't gonna repent, and they're gonna be destroyed by the Lord. They are gonna be destroyed. Is that an accurate assessment? No, it's not an accurate assessment. They going off. We don't even need to read that. That's ridiculous. Brothers, Jeremiah 12 and 9, somebody please. Let's read that. You see this madness? It's completely dumb. Brother already got it up. Salakia. No, several brothers got it. Azanamah. Jeremiah 12 and 9. Listen close, dumb Christians. Listen close, goofy, black only Israelite. Black, black, black. Your understanding is black. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. What does a speckled bird look like? Is it one color? No, it's not. It's not one color. It's like beating up retarded kids or pushing them down, taking candy from them, juking them on the football field. These retarded kids, Down syndrome, you just juke them and just run a touchdown. That's what this is like. It's dumb. We be considered bullies at this point. Vocab, you really, boy, you on a low level. Your eyes are low. You got a soft head. That's another expression. So that 4 was trash. Number 5. What do you say to this accusation by some Hebrew Israelites? The 12 tribes of Israel chart is inherently anti-black. Why? How can the chart be focused on being black when we scattered all over the earth? And we constantly push this. We constantly tell the Israelites that we can. Let's get John 7:24, brothers, please. John 7:24. Let's read that. What do you say to this accusation by some Hebrew Israelites? The 12 tribes of Israel chart is inherently anti-black. It's not anti-black. It's just inclusive of all the different uh skin shades and colors. Because why? Because Israel is scattered among all nations, and we are mainly, GMS is mainly the group that tells you that. Most of these other Israelites, they don't want to accept Israelites that are not so-called black. That's their dumb fault. Brother Amrayah, John 7:24, judge not according to appearance, but judge righteous judgment. What? But judge righteous judgment. GMS spiritual art, Baruch 2:31. And shall know that I am the Lord their power. Salakia, verse 30, verse 29. If you will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations where I will scatter them. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. That's it, that the breath being breathed on them. Israelites stand upon their feet. The great awakening. And shall know that I am the Lord their power, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name. IUIC, going off, still been going off. And just because you read it in a mocking fashion, read the name of the Lord in a mocking, or say the name of the Lord in a mocking fashion, when you get confronted with your bullshit, don't mean you call on the name of the Lord. You ain't teaching your congregation to do it. It is what it is. It is what it is. The Lord gonna do what he gonna do. So it says the 12 tribes chart of Israel chart is inherently anti-black. Why? It's not anti-black. The chart ends up making black peoples a minority amongst Israel. Well, you got 3 tribes that are the Negro tribes, and the other tribes, they're not so-called Negroes. Why is that a bad thing? And even of Judah, Levi, and Benjamin, you got a lot of them that don't look like so-called black people. They got different features, but you also got the opposite. You got the same thing. Why can only 3 of the 12 tribes be considered black, especially since the majority of Hebrew Israelism adherents are black in reality? Isn't there an incongruity here? No, you don't understand the prophecy. Hold up. Hold up. Let's see. Damn it. Misspelled the word. Hold on, brothers. So he's basically asking, why is it that most of the teachers, most of the brothers in the camps are so-called black, yet only a small, out of the 12 tribes, only 3 of them are considered black? Why is that? You must ain't seen all them brothers you got. We got whole camps of brothers that are so-called Latinos, but you just can't get it, man. We're going to read you something here. This is Zechariah 12:7. It says, the Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. Right? Judah was supposed to bring forth, and that's even in the prophecy. Let's go there. Shall the gathering. Listen to this. This is going to be Genesis 49. Hold on. Let's just go to it. The prophecy states that Judah was going to be the one that was going to bring that truth. Genesis 49. Hold on here. Where is it? Yeah. Genesis 49 and 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. That's why all the tribes look up to Judah. Magnificent tribe, you know, best athletes and all that different stuff, all the flavor. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee, the royal tribe of Judah. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey, my son. Thou art gone up. He stooped down, he couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rise him up? The scepter shall not depart from Judah. They're going to be the head tribe, right? Nor a lawgiver from between his feet until Shiloh come. And unto him shall the gathering of the people be. That's why you see most of the brothers in the camps looking like so-called black men, but that don't mean that every brother that you see is a Judite, because we're very well dispersed throughout the different camps. I myself a Judite. You got Elder Yashwama, he from Judah, different brothers, right? But who are the head apostles? None of the head apostles are Judite. You got Elder Apostle Tahar is a Levite. Elder Apostle Gabar is a Benjamite. Elder Apostle Rakah is a Gadite or Reubenite. I can't remember. Elder Apostle Ramlob is a Ephraimite. But then you got other the elder bishops and other brothers. They come from Judah, right? Then you got certain of us that come from Judah that we believe, but we don't. At the end of the day, we can't say for sure. We can't say for sure, man. Okay, he said, brother said Reuben. Elder Apostle Rakah's from Reuben. Yeah, he's from Florida. Yep. You're right. You're right, brother. The water. So we all over the place, right? But Judah is the one that was charged with giving the gospel to the brothers in the beginning. Now it's on fire now, man. All the tribes is got people teaching. You got men in the Filipino. If you got the Filipino Israelites over there teaching, which they ain't even Filipinos, they're just Israelites, but that's where they come from. And they don't look like none of the tribes. How you explain that? It's idiotic, but that's the answer. And unto him shall the gathering of the people be. See? That's how the sign is. There's something wrong with it. With this, see how these sneaky devils, but it ain't gonna work. We slicker than you, Jack. That's why the Lord say, "Be wise as serpents, harmless as doves." We got to be able to catch the devil in his tricks, but we ain't gonna do none of his works. So back in the article, number 6. How do you account for the problem of considering the Seminoles to be Reuben? See, listen to this shit. According to the Encyclopedia Britannica, early 21st century population estimates indicated some 27,000 individuals of the Seminole descent. Yet the chart requires 12,000 Seminoles, adult males, to wake up to the truth, quote, wake up to the truth to fulfill the book of Revelation. That's almost half of the entire Seminole population, many of which are women and children. Are there even 12,000 Seminole males alive today? Remember, they must have no European, Arab, Asian, Indian, or African ancestors on their father's side at all, or they are disqualified per your religion. How many Seminole Hebrew Israelites have you ever met in your lifetime? Seminoles have a large portion of Christians amongst them. How dumb is this? How stupid and idiotic is that? You can't even validate that bullshit. You don't know how many Seminoles in the world. I mean, come on, man. Really? If we agree to even try to answer that, that's like us saying, you know what, you right, you white, so you must be right. You don't fucking know. You don't even know how many Negroes in this country. You don't know nothing. We can't validate that shit. How you expect us to answer that? In short, the Reubenites, we know they're gonna be. What did the prophecy say? There's many Reubenites, and they don't have to identify as Reubenites in order to be Reuben. You didn't know that, did you? A lot of so-called Negroes from Florida, right? They may be identified as so-called Negroes, but they go back to Reuben. Same as here in the Carolinas. You got a lot of them, and you had the Indian Removal Act. Well, a lot of them was uprooted and moved to different parts of the country. You got all kind of Reubenites over there in Oklahoma, North Dakota, South Dakota. You don't know what you talk about, man. It's the same thing. And one of the brothers had answered that. This brother, Ahab Amar said, for the question about the Seminoles, Reuben was scattered amongst the nations like the other tribe. We all over the earth. That's another answer to it. We all over the earth. And we can't, and don't get me wrong, when I said there's more Israelites here in the, on this side of the world and in Africa, that don't mean there ain't millions of Israelites in Africa too. Reubenites, all the tribes over there. People moved around the earth. How you going? You just think you went to Florida and took a census in Florida about the root, the Seminole Indians? You put that shit together. You don't know. Nobody knows the number of the children of Israel. You can't even count us. We're as the sand of the sea. Let's get that. Hold on here, brothers. Yep. That's right, brothers. Hosea 1 and 10. Revelation chapter 7. I mean, he wants us to answer things that we have no. You want us to answer to shit that you don't even know the numbers of. That's crazy. That was just for the sake of having something to say. You don't know what you're talking about, man. You talking to a people that believe. You talking to a people that believe it's only 15 million Jews in the world. What the fuck you talking about, man? Blood clot. It's like it wrong verse. 10 and 20. There's many scriptures that tell us that the tribes of Israel are numerous as the sands of the sea. Isaiah 10 and 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty God. The elect are the only ones going to come back. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness. Israel is as the sand of the sea, my dude. As the sand of the sea. And then when you go to Revelation 7, which you people love to go to, do you not know that there is an innumerable multitude of Israelites that can't even be counted? You up there worrying about 12,000. No, there's an innumerable multitude, and you have no way of knowing how many of them are Reubenites, how many of them are Gadites. You don't have, there's no way to know. Revelation 7 and 9. And after this, I beheld and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. Now, the classic Christian trick. Hold on here. Let me change my window. The classic Christian trick right here is to try to use that to say it's all people. But when you go right here to this word kindreds, it unlocks it and tells you who these people are. The Greek word is phule and kindreds, right? And it says a tribe. In the New Testament, all the persons descending from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob. There you go. That's who the people are. That's the kindreds right there. See, they're only Israelites. But what else? What about the rest of the words, brother? They come from all nations because they were scattered there. The kindreds, as they are Israelites, right? They're scattered among every people and they speak with every tongue. That's all it means. They're all Israelites. So while you up there worrying about 12,000 Reuben, which you can't verify nor deny those numbers to be correct in that article that was wrote way back when, which is stupid. There's an innumerable multitude of all the tribes that's going to be saved. Lost again, vocab. That's so dumb. Very, very dumb, man. And even when you go to 2nd Ezra chapter 2, it tells you about that same great multitude, that it can't be counted. We can't be counted. Let's keep moving. Then they show a picture of High Priest Ariel right there. Here's another dumb question. Number 7. Who first brought out the chart? Ariel, Abba Bivens, or someone else? What does that mean? Why does that matter? Does that mean it's not valid because somebody else brought it out other than Ariel? Big deal. It's the Most High's prophecy. We read in Ezekiel 37. They go on, how do you know this? If you don't even know the origin of the chart, then how do you know if it is true? We know because of Ezekiel 37. You can't check to see if the source is reliable. I mean, who drafted the first copy of the chart? Where is this first draft? Does anyone possess the original or even a picture? This chart came about in the 60s or 70s, so an extant autograph, the first rendition, is not a big ask. We ain't asking about it. We believe what the Lord's word said. Ezekiel 37 said there's going to be something we're going to write on with the tribes on it. We don't even need to entertain that dumb shit. Number 8, is a chart without error? Is it proper to edit or alter it as GOCC has done by adding Polynesians to Naphtali? First off, GOCC is bugged out, and we don't believe nothing that they say. Or is GOCC in error by altering the chart? What about IUIC's update? when they added Isaiah 11 to the bottom of the chart. Is that acceptable? Why or why not? And who says? Again, as I said, many of these answers are going to be this. Many of these questions are going to have the same answer. It's the Most High's chart. It's the Most High's prophecy that this will come to pass. What difference does it make who wrote it and what they added on to it? We know that are not among the he talking about the additions, the Hawaiians and Samoans as Naphtali. Are not Israelites among the Hawaiians and Samoans? Yes. Can we say for sure they Naphtali? No, but we know there's some Naphtalites over there. We know the Levi's there, Judah's there. All the tribes gonna be among the Hawaiians and Samoans. You know how many people go traveling to Hawaii every year? How many men go down there and lay with the women from all the different tribes? What the hell are you talking about? You want to tell you some? I mean, it's idiotic, and we explained it already. You know how many different men from different countries, Puerto Rican men, come over to the Americas and sleep with a so-called black woman who's from the tribe of Judah. Then they have a child. What tribe is that child? It's an Ephraimite, but it's still described as a Negro. See, we all mixed among the tribes. We can't tell you for sure who's what tribe. We already told you that. But it doesn't have anything to do with the validity of the chart or not. Come on, man. This is dumb. And further, for GOCC or anybody to add, they could be going off, but it might not be. We believe that the Hawaiian Samoans are not Naphtali exclusively, but some years ago, the apostles did say that the Alaskans were also added. You know, we said it, but we know that our people among every people. This is right here just an argument. Most of these are just arguments. Or is GOCC an error by altering the chart? What about IUIC's update when they added Isaiah 11 to the bottom of the chart? Isaiah 11, can somebody put up Isaiah 11? 11 and 11 through like all those verses. So I don't have to break away from this to go read it. It says something true. But those are not the only places that Israelites are scattered. That's their version of it. Is that acceptable? Why or not? Why or why not? And who says? If that chart was given by revelation from an angel of the Lord, from an angel or the Lord, as the older one Westers claim, then isn't it ultimately divine in origin and therefore should not be altered in any way? Well, wait a minute. The truth is living water, constantly flowing. And we've added certain things. The apostles brought out certain things that they were not given. The doctrine is not just firmly set one way. It's ever growing. We understand more things now about the kingdom that we ever understood before, that we didn't teach before. Again, you got nothing. This is Brother Amrayah, Isaiah 11 and 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people. It's clearly telling you the Lord got people here, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah. Now, the outcasts and dispersed is the same group. It means the same thing, dumbass black only Israelites. They think that the outcasts of Israel mean, what were they scattered to? They think that Judah was the only one scattered to the four corners of the earth while Israel went over to the, just to Africa. That's stupid, man. Deuteronomy 28:64 tells you that all the tribes were scattered to all the nations of the earth. James 1:1, which you deny because you say that the New Testament is not valid, so you can hold on to your little dumb doctrine. James 1:1 says the 12 tribes are scattered abroad. They're all scattered to the four corners of the earth. It is. And gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. See that? So all the tribes are scattered to all nations of the earth. Period. The brother from Barbados, Jim S. Barbados, says Vocab Malone is literally proving we are the Israelites by doing things as such. He is. It's too easy. You've literally proven it for us. And at the same time, you're proving that the people in Israel now are not the real Jews. By coming up with these questions, you already admitted now that you know that Israel is scattered to all nations of the earth. You can't go back now. You can't go back. Okay. Number 9. Are Australian Aboriginals on the chart? No, they're not on the chart. Are Eskimos? Are Hawaiians? You just said that they were. Some Israelites claim they fulfill the verse about giving a goodly word since they greet people with aloha. Are any African peoples on the chart? If so, which one? See, this right here is another attempt to sow discord. Israelites are scattered among every people. Do you not understand it? Every people. All the ones you name it have Israelites there. The gospel is being preached to them too. And the word is going to sift the Israelites among all nations, and the elect is going to come from among them. We just got finished reading that in Hosea 1 and Isaiah 11 and 11 and in Isaiah 10 and 20. And how do you know, since the chart doesn't say? Because we already explained it in the previous questions. Are you aware? Are you aware these are all debated points amongst one West Hebrew Israelites throughout their brief history? Even if it is, again, the truth is only for the elect. It ain't for every Israelite. So they're going to continue to debate it. They're going to bring it up. So what? You can't use the unbelief of other Israelites against the 12 tribes sign. It's just not going to work. Number 10, have you seen the Anglo-Israelite 12 tribes chart? Is it wrong? How do you know? How do we know it's wrong? I'm going to read this and I'm going to explain it. And the answer is yes, it's wrong. Are you aware that all the evidence indicates the Anglo-Israelite tribes chart is older than the One West version? So what? Big deal. Additional evidence indicates that Ariel, the supposed inventor of the chart, borrowed some Anglo-Israelite arguments and flipped them around. Where's the proof? Doesn't the scripture tell you not to copy the oppressor's ways? You hear this? Misapplying scriptures, using them wrong. Because if that's the case, we ain't supposed to, if you're going to put it on that basic of a level, why do we have to have a driver's license? Why do we have to stop at a light? You see, there's certain things that we're not going to be able to get away from. When the scriptures say don't copy the oppressor's ways, it wasn't talking about certain useful things. It meant like his the way he does things, him being the wicked things that he does. If it's something useful, because the oppressor copied circumcision from the scriptures. Do we not still circumcise ourselves? That's just how low that is. Cooking food, different things, him using the oven and whatever. We do a lot of things like we learn from the nations in which we dwell. That don't make it wrong or wicked. But again, these are people that don't understand scriptures or apply them correctly. Doesn't the scripture tell you not to copy the oppressor's ways? The Toronto-based Israelite Nation Worldwide Ministries made this exact point multiple times in their video on the chart. And so you got Israelites that made a video, The Folly of the 12 Tribes Chart, published on July 3rd, 2022. I mean, they going off. That's why you never heard of them. You never heard of them because they ain't doing the work. And if they ain't doing the work, they might have a ministry, but you ain't heard about them. They ain't making no waves in the earth. It's because they don't have the spirit. They're not born again. Now then they show you a picture right here. Let me blow it up of the and I've done lessons on this before. The Hebrew tribes by Yair Davidi, which is of course the Edomite. Now he says Ephraim is Britain, Manasseh USA, Reuben France, Simeon scattered, Wales, Levi scattered with the Jews, Yehuda, Jews of Judah, which they talking about the Israelis, Issachar, Swiss and Finns, Zebulun, Netherlands, Gad, Sweden, Asher, Ireland, Benjamin is the Belgian people, and the Israelis, Dan, the Danes and Celts, Naphtali, Norwegian. This is what they say. And I'm gonna tell you why they're wrong. Come back to me briefly, and let's go in and get that. I've studied in the past the Celto-Saxon doctrine, which they say that the white peoples, Americans, and these white people of Europe are the Israelites, right? But they base it upon the blessings. They base it upon the blessings, which means they're wrong. Let's go to Daniel. See, these so-called white people of the earth, they rule the world. Before I read the scripture, we all know the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. Right now, where are we in prophecy? We're in the wicked rulership right now. Can somebody please give me 2nd Ezra 6 and 9? You can start at 7, 8, and 9. 2nd Ezra 7, 8, and 9. 2nd Ezra 6, 7 through 9. Please give me that. Now I'm going to continue and explaining. So the so-called white man tried to say that they were the Israelites, they were the 10 tribes based upon the blessings. They say that they rule the world. They go to Deuteronomy. Let's go there. I know this Celto-Saxon doctrine front and back. Dumb devils. I know this better than Vocab Malone them do. This is what they say. They'll, damn it, Deuteronomy 28. Just go to 28. Right? They go here and they'll say, let's see. Just hold on here. Okay, so they go into these blessings and they'll say, you're gonna lend to nations, right? You're gonna have a great military. They say all this different stuff. Let's see. Blessed shall thou be in the city, blessed shall thou be in the field. Right here, the Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways. They say that it's because they military, right? Where is it at? Verse 11, and the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods in the fruit of thy body. They use them being plenteous in goods and having money. Right here, verse 12, the Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven to give the rain into thy land in his season, and to bless all the work of thine hand. Right here, and thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. They say that's why they got the wealth, because they're the people of the Lord, right? And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. That's why they say they're in rulership. They say they took the gospel and spread it to the whole earth and all of this. They're under the blessing. That's how they said that they are the people of the Lord. But in reality, the Israelites are not under the blessings. They're under the curses. And I challenge anybody. You look up that Celto-Saxon doctrine, that's what they say. We can prove it. Daniel 9 and 11. Yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore, the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him. And he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us, and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven hath not been done as it hath been done upon Jerusalem. As it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil is come upon us, yet we made not our prayer before the Lord our power, that we might turn from our iniquities and understand thy truth. You on shutdown mode, Christians. They threw. And further than that, the Savior said in Luke 21, let's go there. So the Israelites are under the curses. When you claim that you were the people of the Lord, that the so-called white man make up the 10 tribes over here in America, and that the Israelis made up, they, Levi's among them, and they also Jews, they Judah, you was going off. Because we're still in, and I didn't finish explaining it, we're still in the first earth age. Esau was slated to rule at the end of this earth age, and Jacob was not supposed to come into power until after that was done. So you all off with your prophecies, man. But we've been telling y'all about that. See, you put your foot in your damn mouth. This is Second Esdras, Rapah Ariah, Second Esdras 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, and when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham and to Isaac. So the question asked, when shall be the end of the first earth age and the beginning of the one to follow? Now we know that Jacob's world begins after the first earth age. Revelation, is it 22 or 21? I think it's 21. Somebody can put that up. Revelation 21 and 1, I believe. It says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. What's the rest of it? For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. They'll tell you Esau done away with, but Jacob back in the whole land already during the rule of Esau. You're all over the place. This is how we further know that Celto-Saxon doctrine was false. It's a false doctrine. And the Savior even said he spoke on the curses. Luke 21, 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captive into all nations. What is that? That's a curse. Deuteronomy 28, 48. It's a curse. The Lord spoke on it. So if you're under one curse, you're under all the curses. So-called white man couldn't possibly be the 10 tribes. It couldn't possibly be the Jews. You gonna be in rulership during the time where the Gentiles supposed to rule? How? If you Israelites, Esau's the end of the world. We ain't came to the end of the world yet, because you're Esau. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. You cut your own throat, man. We didn't have to do nothing. You revealing yourselves more and more. It was a mistake for you to put together this stuff. You all the way out there, vocab. You all the way out there, Christians and so-called white people. You out there, man. But it's all good. Whatever. This is what we do. You ain't gonna beat us in this. You can't. You can't beat us in this, man. Yep, they flipped it. Yep, they flipped it. But see, they had their 12 tribes signed first, but it was based upon the blessings, not the curses. And the curses is what's in play right now on the Israelites. You can't even get out of it, devils. You too deep in. Yeah, there it is. Matazah Lacham, Revelation 21:1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And verse 2 says what? Humble servant Aharon, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. This is when the Israelites come into power and go home. So how the hell can you be the Israelites? Number one, how can the people over there be Israelites when New Jerusalem ain't even? Hey, the Israelites don't even go home till they go home as New Jerusalem and rule the whole earth. And the Celto-Saxon doctrine is trash. That white Anglo-Israelite shit, that shit is trash too, because it's based upon the blessings. And a big one is, how in the hell can you be in all nations of the earth and not only, because every Israelite, if you were the real Israelites, so-called white people of the world, you would all be over there in Jerusalem now. If you claim you rule the world, what you do rule the world, but you rule as the wicked, not as the Israelites, because you not being in your land proves what? The curses, because the curses, Deuteronomy 28:64, brother, please put it up again. Israelites would be scattered among all nations. So you being not in the Holy Land and scattered among the different nations, you wouldn't even need a sign if you were the Israelites. You say you in Wales and Denmark and Europe. How'd you get there? You supposed to be in the Holy Land ruling as the Israelites if you really them. See, we the ones that scattered because we under the curses, and the scattering is a curse. Hello, you can't rule the world, right? In the blessings and then be scattered at the same time under the curses. You done. You done. You're so damn through. Yep. Yeah, brother. Vocab felony. How about you? How shot trap, making the world know more about the Hebrew Israelites, proving our point. You through. You done, cuz. Tearing your ass up. Humble servant Aharon, Deuteronomy 28:64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people. If you are Israelite and you scattered among all the people, you ain't in rulership, you ain't in power, because none of the curses say you're going to rule the world. You're going to have a great military. You're going to be lending to others and then not borrowing. That's blessings. You can't beat them people. From the one end of the earth, even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Through, man. I mean, we really don't even, some of these are so dumb, we probably won't even read them. So again, yeah, they 12 tribes sign is wrong. It's completely wrong. Now, while it's wrong, let's say this. In every one of these places that they mentioned, there are Israelites. There's Israelites in USA, there's Israelites in France, there's Israelites everywhere, because we were scattered. We just read it. So while their 12 tribes sign is wrong about the location of certain tribes, of the tribes, historically it's wrong, but there's Israelites in every one of those nations. And a lot of the Israelites do look like these people. Sure. That's the twist that the Lord gives you. You see that? That's the twist that the Lord gives you. Now, this person got a good scripture. I am Isaiah. Esau got his blessing. Genesis 27:28. Therefore, the Most High give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine. That's right. And let's also, brothers, let's please get Malachi 1:3. Put that up, please. That's also fulfilled too. See, you can't get around these scriptures, man. These prophecies mess your ass up. Malachi 1:3, brothers. Oh, you know what? Salakia, you ain't got to put that up. It's in Genesis. It's further in Genesis because it says, when thou shalt have the dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So when Esau rules the world, let's see if is it there. Yeah. So yeah, it's actually in Genesis. That's a good scripture too, right? That's a good scripture too, but it's in Genesis. When he said, when thou shalt have the dominion. Oh, you know what? It's verse 4. Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. They got it built up right now. And that go with Genesis, where Esau said, what the Lord said, when thou shalt have the dominion. What's the dominion? The dominion of the earth. You're going to break Jacob's yoke from off your neck. So this is the time we in now. And they shall call them the border of wickedness and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. That's your lot. You rule the world right now. You about to go to Armageddon. You can't be the people of the Lord. So then they start just getting more and more simple. Number 11, do you know in the Bible many Israelites were no longer able to trace their clan lineage back after a 70-year exile in Babylon? So how is it that you living in the 21st century are able to trace your exact tribal lineage? We can't. We already told you that. But now we got to flip it on you. How can the people in Israel say they trace theirs back? You just proved that they couldn't. So who the hell are they? Dummies. We can't trace our exact lineage because you got all the records. From what we've heard, all the records are under the Vatican. But you know what? Let's get Isaiah 59 and 20 again, brothers. Isaiah 59 and 20 through what? Like it's like two different verses, 2 or 3 verses there. He says this claim is not based on records in Hebrew, but upon a 20th century chart written in English. I think he thought he had something significant by saying that. Do you think Nehemiah would have accepted that as proper evidence? Should we? Should you? You ain't got to accept it. The evidence is in the spirit. The chart is a rough draft meant to do what? As you titled it, provoke thought. To get the tribes to understand that we're on this side of the world, but can't none of us trace our exact lineage back to this particular tribe. I don't got no documents saying I'm going to go back to the tribe of Judah. I just know that the Judites came over here in slavery. I'm among the people that they were scattered among. I got features of Judah. Most Judites are going to have a big beard. We're going to have that. We're going to play basketball. We're going to run good. We're going to do things. See, we're going to be talented and gifted, and we're going to talk shit, and we're going to dress a certain way and act a certain way. So is Gad, so is Reuben, so is Levi. They're going to, you're going to know through the spirit. Let's get that one, brother. Romans, what? By spirit. Let's get that one. Romans is it 8? I forget exactly where it is. Let's read this. Now my comment board don't want to work. Shit. Oh, there it is. This is humble servant Aharon. Isaiah 59 and 20. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and to them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith the Lord. As for me, this is my covenant with them, saith the Lord. Listen close. My spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth, shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed from henceforth and forever. So the spirit is going to be on the Israelites. That's why you see all those people teaching, preaching, bringing out videos, bringing out lessons, confounding you, answering all your questions. That's why you coming to us, asking us questions, because we the Israelites, bitch. That's why. We don't need a sign or no document to prove that we from the tribe of Judah. We just know we Israelites, because why? The spirit of the Lord rests on us. We answer all your questions. You don't answer none of ours. Who's Israelites? Us or you? You know the answer already. It's all good. This is Rapah Ariyah, Genesis 27:39. And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. You're going to run everything, Esau, Edom. Put your foot in your mouth again, and by thy sword shall thou live, and shall serve thy brother. Don't you live by the sword? And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, when you on top, you're going to build the desolate places. You're going to be doing it big. You're going to make skyscrapers all over the place. You're going to have the greatest military, all that. You doing it. That thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Why does it say that? Because at one time we did have the yoke on your damn neck. We had you. King David had you damn devils throwing your asses off of rocks. He was doing all kind of shit. Was it King Amaziah painting the rocks with you devil's blood? But guess what? You got back on top. And it's prophesied that you would. GMS spiritual arc. Romans 8:14. For as many as led by the Spirit of the Most High, they are the sons of the Most High. Who got the Spirit of the Lord? We do. We do. Yeah, but you can't use that though. If they're the people they claim to be in the land of Israel, where's their melanin because having leprosy is a curse? Yeah, but you can't use that. Do you not know about the curse of Gehazi on Israelites? You didn't know that? You got to stop with this melanin shit. Melanin doesn't prove you an Israelite. Hamites got melanin, don't they? All the nations got melanin except for some Edomites. Esau is the only nation that's been cursed with leprosy, but you got Israelites that have leprosy. Do you not? Look up Gehazi in the scriptures and read that. The curse of Gehazi is going to cleave to Gehazi's seed forever. So you got white looking Israelites. You can't stop with the melanin stuff. That melanin shit gonna get a lot of jakes destroyed, but whatever. I ain't gonna get on you because we getting on these devils, but you got, come up on the level, Jake. And melanin all night. You ain't put no scripture up. Now melanin. Learn something, bros. I'm Raya. Romans 8:17. And if children, then heirs of the Most High. Is that what I want? Hold on. That's not the one I wanted. Salakia. But it's still a good scripture though. I wanted the one that says, shoot. That's it. The brother Damawati got it. Shalom Damawati. GMS in his likeness. Romans 8:16. The Spirit beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. We don't need nothing to tell us. We don't need a paperwork. See, I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. My daddy. He carried water with, with Jacob himself. We don't need that. We know we Israelites through the Spirit. That's why we tearing your ass up in these scriptures. That's why you coming asking us 22 questions. Well, you didn't come to us. They put this together sneakily to go around behind the scenes. But that's all right. We still found out. There it is. Our lump of war, 2 Kings 5:27. The leprosy, therefore, of Naaman shall cleave unto thee and unto thy seed forever. And he went out from his presence a leper as white as snow. That was Gehazi, who was a servant of, you can say servant if you want to, of Naaman, right? Who was among the Syrians, which he was an Israelite, and his leprosy was cured. I think it was by Elisha, the prophet. So that leprosy came upon that particular Israelite, upon his seed forever. You're going to have a lot of Israelites look like so-called white people. Get over the little simple ass black white narrative that these damn devils try to push, and the other Israelites who they hired, because a lot of them is hired to say, oh, black people Israelites. This is stupid. This is one of the dumbest things you can say. This is dumb. If you're going to ask us that, you got to ask the Israelis that. Number 12, the chart says North American Indians are Gad. Florida is in North America, correct? Then why are the Seminole Indians separate from Gad, listed as Reuben? Are not the Seminoles North American Indians? Therefore, by the chart's own inner logic, Seminoles should be considered Gadites, yet they are listed out separately as Reubenites. Even popular Hebrew Israelite author Dante Fortson made this observation before, and you just can't get it because all the tribes are scattered among the tribes. There was 12 tribes. You got the North American Indians. They're a different tribe than Reuben. Just because they so-called natives don't mean that they're the same tribe, right? They don't have to be called. We don't have to say differentiate. See, they're North American Indians, but that's just trying to use logic. It doesn't make the chart invalid, right? Yeah, but right. Well, there you go. You just Apostle Gabar said, Elder Apostle Gabar brought out that we Israelites without melanin would get it back in the kingdom, right? But that's why it's ridiculous to say that people in the Holy Land don't got melanin, so therefore they're not Israelites, because the curse of that you just proved your own argument. It's all good. Even if you ask the Edomites that, it doesn't matter. It's just like we said, bro. Don't try to use melanin as an argument. It's just not a valid argument to use. Now, did Esau get cursed with the curse of leprosy? Yes, but we just read about the curse of Gehazi, or the curse of leprosy going on Gehazi's descendants, and you have many Israelites that look like so-called white people. That's all we saying. So right here, this right here is a dumb argument. It's just like saying, in reality, this is the same thing. Now they just try to use that as a clever argument, but it's the same thing as saying, well, why can the American? Because they're gonna say it later. The American Negroes and the Negroes in Jamaica, why they all just Negroes? It's stupid. It's a stupid. It's not even an argument because you can't. The tribes are not. The tribe of Reuben is who they are. The tribe of the Seminole Indians is what they've been called. They have a very distinct look. They're very different than the regular North American Indians, which is Gad. They're very different than them. We can't help your pea brain try to understand that. The same thing they'll try to say was why the Mexicans and the Cubans, they kind of similar. They all speak Spanish. They look different. They're very different, man. All the tribes are different. Yeah, they got the spirit of the devil, brother. They do. But you know what? They just give us something to do. This right here is this is ridiculous. He goes on in verse 13. Are you aware the ancestors of the Seminoles are refugees from other tribes? They fled into Florida to escape European encroachment. This goes back. All these questions right here go right back to what we said earlier. The tribes are scattered among every people. And the locations that were given just means roughly in the area where they've been scattered. It's not it's not definite. We're not 100%. We're not saying we were definite that the tribe of Issachar is only in Mexico. But again, these are things that devils will do to try to mess with your brain. They want you to doubt, and they use unlearned, not in the spirit Israelites to bolster that unbelief and that doubt to get your mind messed up. Lord willing, we'll see that tomorrow night when we go into the other article. He goes on, and Shalom Elder Karatazar from GMS Vegas in the house. Right. He said it's like saying, how is Simeon of the northern tribes, but they're located in Judah? Just trying to twist your brain up. These are really these ain't even valid points they're making. It's just stupid. It's stupidity. That's right. The elder said it, trying to confuse people. That shit ain't gonna work. Because the elect is gonna come out from among the nations regardless. None of this stuff that, like I said, the 12 tribe sign is not a damn identifying card we carry around in our wallet. The DNA is the spirit of the Lord. That's the DNA right there. We've explained that. This right here is an argument point. These people that want to do debates. This is shit that the black conscience community will get and then try to spring it on us like they doing something. You ain't doing that, man. So he goes on. He says, doggone it. Hold on, brothers. Are you aware the ancestors of the Seminoles are refugees from other tribes? The ancestors of the Seminoles are in Gad, while Reuben is a separate tribe, the Seminoles. How can the ancestors and descendants be in two separate tribes? I've been asking this question for 5 years now with no answer even attempted. Well, I tell you what, Vocab, all the questions we asked you over the years, you ain't answered none of them. We asked you about, you said Esau was done away with. You still didn't tell us when and where. We asked you all these questions. This elder brother Karatazar put together 2 videos full of questions, very professionally done, and you didn't answer not a one of them. Elder Malcolm came on the beginning of the video and said, what about the 7 questions he asked? And this right here is something that this doesn't even make sense. You're just trying to come up with arguments. 14, the chart says Haitians are Levi, but the Levites are supposed to be spread all throughout Israel. How is it the Levites who are supposed to be spread throughout Israel are centralized on one island, Haiti? Again, we've answered it already. We can't say for sure. We're not saying that all the Haitians on that. That's just a centralized location where the tribe was scattered to. By now, none of us knows where any tribe is particularly. We know that they're there in the places that we say, but you got Levi up here in America. You got Levi in Africa. You got Levi in Germany. You got Levi everywhere. But those are the centralized location, but you're trying to make us help you understand what you can't even get. 15, another one. How did only people from their respective tribes get off at the right stop? We were scattered through slavery, man. All the tribes are among each other. Listen to this. Did the slave traders know and desire to only take Judites to the United States? No, you had Judah, Benjamin and Levi among each other in slavery, just like you got Judah over there in the UK. You got Benjamin in the UK. You got Levi in the UK. You got Gad. You got all the tribes in every place. As we told you, the sign is a rough draft. Again, if so, how did the slave traders know who was who? And why would they want to group them together? For what advantage? This is impossible, as we know that the slavers purposely often split up families and people who spoke the same language. Well, how then can you say that the people in Israel now are Judah? They can't trace their lineage back according to what you said about Babylon. These people are nothing but devils. 16, it was common for families to be separated, ripped apart, or split up because of the horrors of the TAST, which is the transatlantic slave trade. For example, if two family members are caught up, one may be transported to Jamaica and another to South Carolina. These folks are related, say father and son, yet the chart will fool you into believing that one is of Judah and the other is of Benjamin. How do you rectify the problem of forced familial separation? This is just another thing trying to twist your brain up. If two men are separated and one sent to South Carolina and wherever he said, and they both were Benjamites, they got to see the Benjamin in them. They're just gonna be Benjamites living in those other areas. That's all it means. What are you talking about, man? You see that? How dumb, low level, remedial these questions. I told you at the end, these questions got more and more sloppy. Just more and more sloppy. It's just so pathetic. That could all be explained through lineage. The seed, the man carries the seed. Doesn't matter where you live. See? You can't say that the tribe now the tribe sign don't make sense because somebody got sent to a different area, but he was Benjamin, but living among Levi. So how can you say it's stupid? You confusing yourself, Vocab. And then they put up the picture of roots. Verse 17, another example question. One person may be captured, sold, and sent to Brazil, while the other remains in what is modern day Mali. Are we to believe that one person is Asher while the other is a Hamite? You see, are they not both still Asherites? If they was among Asher, they got nothing to do with where they live at. Come on, man. That's right, brother. Brother said it. Same as Paul being from the tribe of Benjamin and being a Roman citizen. Good Lord. But see, they're desperate. How does your chart adequately address this reality? We just told you. The seed never changes. 18, the chart refers to part of Zebulun as Panama. The chart also has the word Mayans in parentheses right after the tribe of Zebulun, and the country of Zebulun was listed. Yet, according to reliable sources, this is wrong. CentralAmerica.com states that Panama was far too south for Mayan and Aztec influence. That's just speculation. So why does the chart have the word Mayans in parentheses right after the country of Zebulun was listed? Isn't this a case of clear historical error? No, it's not. Because look, not every Mayan, Inca, and Aztec were Israelites either. It's the same as all the rest of the questions we answered about these geographical and people groups and this and that. It's a rough draft. You can't say for sure. Not every, and those are not limited just to Mayans, Aztecs, and Incas. It wasn't just limited to them. In every place, among every people, even among the Aborigines themselves are not Israelites, but Israelites are among them. The Hawaiians themselves are not Israelites, but Israelites are among them. Do you get that? Just as we told you, every person in Mexico is not an Israelite. You got the conquistador blood down. Might have Mexicans that go back to Hamites. It's based upon the seed of their father. Yeah, I know it, brother. Elder brother Karatazar said he's saying it's impossible for the Lord to put the spirit on his people in the last days to find these things out and be gathered. Why are we still doing it then? It just shows you, Vocab, you don't have faith. But that's all right. You don't have the Holy Spirit. You don't have faith. And the Israelite that believe like this, you don't have the Spirit either. It's not impossible. 19. Listen to this. Did you know that Panama was part of Colombia from 1821 to 1903? The United States of America's intentions to influence the construction and control of the Panama Canal 1904 to 1914 led to the separation of the Department of Panama in 1903. Panama became a separate nation. The U.S. paid Colombia $25 million in 1921 for redress of President Roosevelt's role in the creation of Panama. Colombia recognized Panama under the Thompson-Urrutia Treaty. This means that the chart was constructed in 1903, then Panamanians would have been considered actually like the Colombians currently are. Oh boy, what a dumbass. The tribes never change. It doesn't matter what name you put on the countries. Brothers, can we get proverbs and bywords from Deuteronomy? Let's get that, please. These are just fucking figurative names. The area that they live in doesn't make them that tribe. The tribes were scattered in a particular area, and it doesn't matter what name was put on it. He wants that to matter because he wants his argument to stand, but it doesn't stand. It's just goddamn confusion. All these last few questions they asked, everyone like this is the same answer. It's the same answer. Let's please get that. Yeah, here we go. GMS, Eclectos, Lord willing. Deuteronomy 28:37, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. We're going to be called these names, the places that we're going to dwell in, right, will be called after these names. It doesn't matter what state, who bought what time they were there. Doesn't matter. Psalms 44:14, thou makest us a byword among the heathen, a shaking of the head among the people. The water, brother. Great scriptures. Great scriptures. And you see at this point, he's just asking shit just to try to confuse. Let's another one. 20. This leads to the next question. How is it that tribal groupings just so happen to relate directly to modern borders? They don't. The most glaring example is that of Haiti and the Dominican Republic. The chart claims that the Haitians are Levites and the Dominicans are Simeonites. Remember, these are on the same island once called Hispaniola. Hispaniola is a 76,192 square kilometer island in the Caribbean. It is split into two nations, Haiti to the west and Dominican Republic to the east. The Haitian side covers 10,000. Y'all see it all. I don't want to read all these damn numbers. 10,713 square miles, about 36% of the island. The Dominican side covers 18,705 square miles, about 64% of the island. The 243-mile border was divided in 1697. Spain gave up the western part to France. Since then, there have been changes to the border. Currently, Haiti occupies the western third and the Dominican Republic the eastern two-thirds. How is it that Levites occupy a very specific and historically shifting side of the border, while descendants from the tribe of Simeon the other? The same as all the rest. The Israelites are scattered in that area. Among them, you ain't gonna just have Haitians over here, the other tribe over here. They all mix up among each other. It doesn't matter about the borders. It's the area. Again, with a rough draft. These people are just so dumb. This is a stupid ass boy. Again, every person in Haiti is not a Levite. We know that, right? You even got Edomites among the Levites, even living in them terrible conditions, because you can't say who slept with who, what seed of what person is. You just don't know that. But we know, according to the Spirit, again, we got to go to Isaiah 59:20, right? That we read already. About according to the Spirit, who are Israelites. It's got nothing to do with these fucking borders. The sign was a rough draft, is a rough draft again. And it is valid because in Ezekiel 37, we read it earlier, 21. This raises another question. Should modern adherence to the 12 tribes chart be sending? This is really assholish. This raises another question. Should modern adherence to the 12 tribes chart be sending their tithe money to the island of Haiti, since they are the Levites of Israel? Look, under Old Testament law, tithes were to be given to the Levites. Some relevant Bible verses here are Deuteronomy 26:12-13, Numbers 18:21-24, Nehemiah 13:10-13, and Hebrews 7-9. Using the law, which you said was done away with more than one time, Vocab. This is that. Again, now all the Israelites are priests. We're no longer under that. You're just gonna give all the tithes to Levi, and even all them people now that are Levites, if they are in fact Levites, they ain't in the truth. Why should we send them tithes? They ain't in the truth. You have Israel of the Most High. Do you have Israel? That was stupid. That was just an attempt to try to be clever, and it's fucking stupid. It's stupid. Even here among Judah, we ain't sending all out. Well, I know why he said it, because the Levites are supposed to get all the tithes, right? But that's no longer valid. We've been in exile. We're in exile, Vocab Malone. We're the 12 lost tribes of Israel. How are we gonna have a tithing system set up like that among the whole, the whole tribe? They're not ministering unto the Israelites anymore. Terrible, terrible question, man. Terrible question. There's many answers to that. Number 22, the last set of questions relates to DNA. Oh, we get the DNA now. How is it possible that peoples with different paternal lines are all a part of the same genetic family in the way the chart demands? I don't quite understand that. It doesn't matter about your mother. Okay, paternal. Because the seed is never destroyed. I don't even think he understands that. The last set of questions relates to DNA. How is it possible that peoples with different paternal lines are all a part of the same genetic family in the way the chart demands? Well, it doesn't, because it wasn't talking about every single. I think I get it now. He's saying that how can we say that every person among a particular group are all of that tribe? We can't say that, and we've explained that more and more. Again, you have people that are among so-called Negroes, they classified that way, but they're not so-called Negroes, because the man carries the seed. For example, an Israelite woman lay down with an Edomite man. They have a child. Among these Americans, they say, if you got one drop of black blood, you black. Yeah, but the scriptures say the seed is of the father. It don't matter how chocolate burnt that child come out. If his dad is an Edomite, he's an Edomite. Same as a Negro, so-called Negro, which is an Israelite. I'm talking about a true Israelite man. Like, say myself, I get a white girl, we have a baby. I'm already light. She light. The baby come out light, looking like he white. But guess what? A little Israelite seed that could slam dunk, run fast, do all that. Because I could dunk back in the days, being as short as I am. Go figure. Israelite juice. That's what it is, baby. Israelite juice. Rhyme, write songs, make beats, do all this. See, so that child gonna be a white boy with all that talent. He gonna look like a white boy, but he's gonna be classified as a Negro. Or if his mother took him and they moved to a white community, they would say they went to Vermont. He's still my son. They're gonna say, this white boy got a lot of talent. Oh, I see the reason. His dad is a nigger. But he might look like a white boy. That's the answer, man. We can't look. He wants us to say, you're trying to say, well, we're not even saying that every single Negro is an Israelite. We never even said that. Every single person in Haiti is a Levite. Every single so-called Native American is a Gadite, which is not even true. The whole tribe of, I've heard that the Cherokees. Now I don't know if this is true, because I'm not a Native American. I am part Native American on my mother's side, right? But I've heard that among the natives, that Cherokees were looked down upon as a tribe that was spawned from so-called white people. Now I don't know if that's true, but many of the Cherokees are looked down upon by the other natives. Now, if somebody got knowledge of that, you can say so on the comment board. But there are tribes of Native Americans that are not even go back to the original, tribes. Look at who's that devil? John Smith got with what was her name? Pocahontas, I guess, and got with her, and they had a child or whatever. That damn was an Edomite, but it might have stayed among the Native Americans and continued passing that Edomite gene among the natives. Easy shit, man. If you understand it. That's fire, brother. This is Hawashai Abadia, Jeremiah 31:35. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel shall cease from being a nation before me forever. It's always going to be the seed of Israel. And you can't, just because you don't like the way in the place they dwell, or your brain can't understand how the seed survived, doesn't mean that they're not here. Israelites are going to always be here. Jim S. Vegas sit downs, another excellent scripture. Elder Karatazar, Matthew 13:37. He answered and said unto me, he that sowed the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy that sold them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. You got tares among the wheat, as always. They're gonna look like Israelites. That's why the Lord said, "Let both grow together till the harvest." And brothers and sisters that's in the truth, you understand that the Edomites ain't gonna get that. They don't think the scripture's talking about nothing like that, but it does. Now, in the literal flesh, the tares are Edomites sold among the Israelites, and you can't tell them apart. The wheat is the real Israelites, regardless of how they look. You don't expect the devils to understand that. You see the questions they're asking, which is ridiculous. They want, but see, that's the whole thing. They want to control the narrative by bringing out ridiculousness, outlandishness, trying to get you to answer this shit, which I'm answering this stuff, but some of it is so damn ridiculous and it shows their lack of understanding. Bonus question. The 12 tribes chart list is taken from the New Testament. What do chart believers say to the Old Testament only Hebrew Israelites who do not believe in Revelation or the New Testament? We say that they unbelievers and they're going to be destroyed. Because for one, let's just keep on. What can a one Wester do to convince a fellow Israelite who is a non-chart believer? It's not our job to convince them. The scriptures is only for who is for. The truth is only for who is for. If you have Israelites who don't believe in the New Testament, they're leaving out very important a key of captivity. It tells you in the book of Daniel. Let's go there. We can end it, with some of this. This is Daniel chapter 2. Hold on here. Let me get it together. Daniel chapter 2. Very important chapter. It chronicles the four major kingdoms that will rule on the earth. The king's dream, right? The interpretation of the dream, Babylon, the first kingdom, right? We know about that. Then you have the Medo-Persian captivity. We know about that. And the Grecian captivity, right? Now, during the Grecian captivity, you have what? Where's that written about mainly? In the Apocrypha. It's touched on in the Old Testament, as you see it mentioned here, but the main captivity is where? Or the main place it's written about is where? In the Apocrypha, which is still part of the Old Testament, which Christians don't believe in the Apocrypha, but it shows the Greek captivity. It's history. Now, when you go to the Roman captivity, for you dumbass Old Testament only Israelites, where's Rome mentioned that in the scriptures? If you are Old Testament only Israelite, we know that there's a Roman captivity. It's spoken about in the Old Testament right here. But where's the main place you're going to learn about that? In the New Testament. In the New Testament. It even talks about the toes being crushed in the powder. So if you're an Old Testament only Israelite who don't believe in the New Testament, that's your problem. And that's your ass. Because you're taking part of the Bible and you ain't even listening to it. So it ain't our job to convince them niggas of nothing. And you can try to use that against us. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. There's a deliverance from Babylon the Great. These niggas say they Israelites in Babylon the Great. Babylon the Great is written about in the Old Testament, but the deliverance from Babylon the Great and the destruction of it is also mentioned in the New Testament, but they don't believe in the New Testament. That don't even make sense. And that's it, brothers. You can see this shit was a terrible attempt at the Christians. And, and Salakia for the length of the video, but I know how Israelites are. If you don't put it all in one video, they probably ain't going to watch it. See? But we have to go into the other article, which it's going to be, a little bit different. Right? Because he tried to use the unbelief of other Israelites to come against the whole truth. We're going to get on them 2/3 niggas, man. Lord willing. The Lord give me the spirit to go into it. We'll do it tomorrow. I'm going to give out the link to the articles one more time. This is the first one. This is the one we dealt with tonight. Thought-provoking questions to dismantle the 12 tribes chart. Then I'll give out the other. I actually show it, which I hadn't showed it, but I'll show it now. And again, you brothers out there, we do like these doing it for the benefit of them Christians. They ain't gonna get it. No matter, we can answer shit perfectly and give them evidence, they still ain't gonna believe it. They ain't gonna believe it. But it's hey, we can do lessons on it so that we'll be in the know. A lot of good points came out. And Lord willing, you got edified and you understand a little bit better. So this is the other article, 12 tribes chart. Majority of Israelites don't believe Ariel's visionary claim. Well, guess what? The Lord ain't even gonna say the majority of the Israelites. He only gonna save the elect. And we don't, they're the only ones we care about believing. So this is that second link that you see there. And we'll go into this tomorrow, Lord willing. And another brother may, wind up doing some lessons on some of this stuff. If the spirit come on them, certain points. You see these niggas, right? These demons, ITR, and this demon right here used to call himself INOP from the Good Samaritans. These ITR, these niggas, none of them in the truth anymore. But look who they talking to, the serpent. And Vocab reveals in the article that he kept in touch with these fuckers. See, they came against Elisha Kodash. This one nigga wrote a book. He wrote a book going against the whole truth. He wrote it. This is a book right here. See? And even put links to videos. And you see this devil at the end. This fucker right here, fat-headed serpent himself. So make no mistake about it, brothers. I mean, Lord willing, y'all understand. You're edified by it. Like I said, this video, it ain't for the Christians. This just to rub their nose in it further. Just to rub their noses in it. We don't give a damn if you don't believe what we teach. So what? We don't expect you to believe it. Yep, the dude is definitely an agent. So that's it. You got the links to both the articles. I think I put them up, did I not? Let's see. No. Hold on here. I'll give you a link. So Lord willing, you got all that. Yep, there it is. So I put them both up there. Y'all can go check them out. Like I said, so the water, all you brothers, for the scriptures, the water for sitting in listening. Okay. And again, these answers and all this was to our flock. The Christians and all the people that doubted them and don't believe, they're going to listen to it and say whatever they say. Fuck you. Don't matter what you think. We the Israelites and you're not. That's why you do that, because we the Israelites. We got the spirit of truth on us. We got the 100% truth and you don't. Now maybe you'll answer some of our questions, Vocab. We don't care if you do or not anyway. You ain't going to answer them right. So we'll see you brothers and sisters again soon, Lord willing. The water again. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopefully lit. All right, see you soon, Lord willing. Shalom.